Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The Columbus Blue Jackets finished off their season with a 2-1 loss to Alex Ovechkin and the Washington Capitals over at Nationwide Arena. Head coach Rick Bowness shared his frustrations after the game.
I don't know if I'm back, but if I'm back, I'm changing this culture. These guys, they don't care. Losing is not important enough to them. It doesn't bother them.
On the diamond, Spencer Steer and Sal Stewart each homered for the Reds, while Brady Singer gave up just one run in 6 innings pitched in a 2-1 victory over the Giants. These two teams will match up again today at 6:40. Listen over on the Fan 2. The Guardians lost in St. Louis last night 6-5. They'll play the rubber match of that series at 1:15. This update was sponsored by Ramos Roofing. Request your free roof or exterior assessment today at RamosRoofingOhio.com. Ramos Roofing, reliable, local, built right. Breaking sports news right here on the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Breakfast time!
Hello, welcome to T-Bone and Tyvis. Can I take your order?
Just want a little breakfast.
Hey, you want some crabs? Because I got some of them.
Get ready to drive through the intersection of football, food, and fun. Featuring producer Dylan.
We're the 5 best rappers of all time.
Special guests.
You serious?
And you. Wake up.
For what?
It's time for T-Bone and Tyvis.
Welcome in. Happy Wednesday to you. What's up? I'm T-Bone. He's Tyvis. Good morning. Go to hell. Tyvis, how was your Tuesday? How was everything yesterday?
It was a leg day.
Oh, you went out and worked out.
Leg day. Big leg day.
Well, yesterday was leg day. But if I'm not mistaken, I think I know what today is.
It's my cheat day.
I was going to say. Today should be
My
that
cheat meal day.
That should be the cheat day is what I understand. So that's, you feel good about your cheat day? What's the plan? What are you doing?
I don't know. I really haven't thought. I like to live my life 15 minutes at a time.
I know this because I've tried to make plans with you before, and it's like, Tyvis, will you be there this weekend? It's like, we're going to find out. We'll all see you together.
15 minutes at a time. Right now, the big thing that's on my mind is making sure that I have a great show.
That's which one? This one?
This one. Yeah.
No, this one. That's not going to happen.
I gotta make sure.
This on the fart show? No, we don't do that. That's not us.
I make sure that we still have jobs tomorrow.
15 minutes at a time. Hey, all right. We have a lot to get to. We are going to have Ask Tyvis Anything coming up at 7:30. So make sure you get those in at Bone and Tyvis 971. Or you can go to YouTube 971 The Fan. You can watch the live stream there. Just click on T-Bone and Tyvis. But you can also put your questions in for Tyvis in the chat. We also have the huddle coming up at 8, where we get all the NFL news and notes you need. At 8:30, a very interesting interview is going to happen. As far as we know, it's still on. Don Waddell, the general manager and president of Hockey Ops, will be here at 8:30. He'll be on the phone. He's not going to be here. But last night,
It's still on.
This Jackets team ended their season with their 6th consecutive home loss to the Washington Capitals. Not to the Washington Capitals. They did lose the Capitals. It's not their 6 in a row to them, but they lost 6 in a row at home to end the season. They've never had a streak, I think, where they've lost 6 in a row at home, which is pretty pathetic. So here's what I just go ahead. No. You sound exasperated.
Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Optimism.
Go ahead.
Let us know how you feel.
This was
I didn't like the fashion that they finished the season. That's all.
No one did.
No one did. I didn't like the fact that you could tell this was a team that knew that this was it. All right, we'll worry about next year when next year comes. It's not like, all right, we might have missed the playoffs, but we gonna send OV off on this with an L in this potentially last game.
That would have been nice.
That wasn't even a motivation. It was kind of like, let's just get through it and let's go home. I don't respect that. That's ridiculous.
I posted this video on my Twitter at Degenerate T-Bone. You can go look at it yourself. They posted, the Jackets did before the game a video. If you don't know, the Jackets players, they usually get together before the game and do some warm-ups, and one of the things they do is they play like soccer. And by soccer, I mean they kick the ball. It's like a big hacky sack circle, right? Where they're just kicking a soccer ball to each other. So that one, they had the video of, all these players like, pretty big circle here for the final, warm-up of the season. And there was like half the team or more probably out there kicking the soccer ball around. And these guys are jumping up and down, happy, smiling. And I thought, I get it. You're professionals. You got to flush the what's happened before. You got to be ready for your next game. But If I didn't know better, it looked like a bunch of guys who had already booked their vacations, had their bags packed, and could not wait.
That's kind of what it looked like.
To get out of here.
That's what
and head on to the
It
off season.
comes off that way.
It's not a good look.
And watching that video, the number one thing that I thought about was Ryan Baker. Because Ryan Baker since I've known Bake, for what's that been, like 4 or 5 years now, the number one thing he would always say says the Jackets don't have enough a-holes on the team. That's what they don't got those really tough guys.
Well, guys who just flat out you look at and go, that guy seems miserable all the time. And it's like, yeah, but you know why? He's pissed off. He doesn't want a Stanley Cup.
Yes.
And that's like what drives him.
Yes.
You know who was a miserable a-hole for most of his career? And then towards the end of it, he kind of changed the narrative on it. People came around to him.
Tyvis Powell.
Well, there's that. Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. Everybody said that about him. But that's... No, I mean, again, Kobe Bryant was a miserable a-hole for most of his career.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that that's necessarily the most balanced, healthy way to live your life. He seemed to have grasped that towards the end of his career. But for a long portion of it, he was just someone that no one wanted to play with. He would just destroy people in practice. And again, there's a level that goes too far. But I'm reminded of, and I tweeted out this little GIF. Have you ever seen Kobe Bryant on Jimmy Kimmel? Did you ever see that clip where he had retired? He's on Jimmy Kimmel's show. Mm-hmm. The Lakers had lost some number of games in a row or whatever. They had been bad. And so they finally broke the losing streak, the current Lakers, after he had left.
And they celebrated.
Yeah, and Nick Young, Swaggy P was out there, and he's like, you guys thought we were done. You guys thought we left, but we're back. And, they're having this very giddy interview. And Jimmy Kimmel plays him that clip and then says, what are your thoughts? And he can't even get the words out. And Kobe is so pissed. Like, they would never act like that around me. Yes. We're not going to celebrate one stupid win when we had all these losses. So I was reminded of all that as I'm going. And then, of course, the game happens last night, and they lose 2-1. How did they lose it, you ask? Oh, in the third period, they gave up a power play, and they got killed on that.
Stick to the face.
So they lose 2-1.
Microcosm of the whole season.
And right there. Absolutely right. When they're 5-on-5, they're great. But when they're not 5-on-5, where was that noise? I've lost it. I don't know this thing. That's them. Okay. So after the game, Rick Bowness comes to the press conference, and Rick Bowness said exactly what Blue Jackets fans have been thinking. This is the question, I believe, from Aaron Portzline. Could be wrong on that, but it's the question. And then you will hear how you were just exasperated trying to find the words. It's exactly what Rick Bowness sounded like last night.
Rick, you've been a part of a lot of games and a lot of seasons. Have you ever been part of something that's as frustrating as this has been down the stretch?
No. And you know what? All you got to do is look at the stat sheet. 3 hits, 23 giveaways. Like, I don't know if I'm back, but if I'm back, I'm changing this culture. These guys, they don't care. Losing is not important enough to them. It doesn't bother them. Like, how can you go out and play like that? Should have done this about a month ago. But this is why we are where we are. This is why we're out of the playoffs. That kind of effort. Losing, you have to hate losing. I don't care if it's a meaningless game. I don't care. Show up and compete. 3 hits, 23 giveaways. What else you want to know?
That's yes. I mean, I agree with him that maybe that should have happened a month ago, but I'm glad someone said it. And I'm glad someone said it on a microphone in front of everybody and didn't say, I'll leave that for the room while we're going to keep those discussions in the room. No, Jackets fans needed to hear that last night because of how this season has gone, how you crap this thing away. And then a lot of these players seem like they were all yesterday just, oh, well, last game, hey, we're going to see you in the offseason. Have fun. It just seemed like a complete give up on this season at the end.
As he goes on the rest of that rant to talk about, the same thing that we've been saying. It's like when the spotlight's on them and everybody's patting them on the back and telling them, hey, you're good. That's when things go bad for them. When teams are looking at them like, oh, yeah, we gotta come beat y'all because we need that spot. Mm-hmm. They not ready for that. And it's because they're not used to being in that spot. And that, to me, that's the problem.
Well, here you go. Here's Rick Bowness, exactly what you're talking about.
Because it got tough. Because it got hard. Like we talked about after the Olympic break. It's going to get harder. So everything's good as long as it's going their way. And now it gets tough, we don't want to battle back. And that's what's happened over the last a couple weeks. That's all that's happened. We're going to change that. If I'm back, I don't know if I'm back. Well, Don and I will talk. We'll get to that. But man, oh man, some of those guys are so lucky the season's over and there's no practice tomorrow. Anyways, there's no more games. What else you want to know?
Yeah, he was doing a lot of what else you want to know. And he was basically like, go ahead and ask. I got all kinds of answers.
I got
for
time today is what we called that.
Yeah. He was asked about how he's going to straighten it out if he comes back.
There's ways. I've been around long enough to know. I'll find ways. I've got enough experience. We can deal with this. I've dealt with it before. If we're back, we'll straighten it out.
Well, I mean, it's at this point, you don't really want nobody else. I think this is. I wish they start now.
You're right. They
better be lucky that they got nothing.
Pay that man whatever he wants. Bring him back, and then I hope that this stays. I hope this isn't just tomorrow. Now, also on the schedule for us tomorrow. Today we're talking to Don Waddell. So as you just heard him say, Don and I will talk about whether I'm back this year. Well,
we'll talk to Don.
We'll talk to Don at 8:30. We'll talk to him and ask. But tomorrow we are scheduled to have on at 7:30 Rick Bonus. So I would love to ask Rick about these comments, and I hope he doesn't want to come back. I genuinely, this is what Jackets fans have been waiting to hear. Is some kind of level of accountability, frustration, anger, something that sounds like how Jackets fans feel. And that's what you got yesterday, finally. So I like to see that. And that was very good stuff from Rick Bonus. So not good stuff from the Jackets. Doesn't make it better that they missed the playoffs. Rather than be in the playoffs and not have had this speech. But I'm glad someone's finally saying what we've all thought out loud, for real. Coach Prime isn't drawing a crowd anymore. We'll talk about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and welcome to your Wednesday. Unfortunately, right now, folks, we are seeing our first crash of the morning, and it's happening in our southeast corner, going towards places like Grove Forks. Now, right now, the ramp to Alum Creek Drive from 270 southbound is currently a little restricted because of a crash out there, so keep that in mind. Seeing some slight delays for you this morning. But hey, for our friends on the north side, looking a lot better. No issues 270 in both directions out there. 315 southbound heading downtown. You are flying this morning. Even no issues northbound on 23. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Bo Bishop here. Picture this. Windows down, the beautiful countryside rolling by, the kids laughing in the back, and nowhere you have to be but wherever the road takes you. That's RV life. Find yours at RCD RV. 3 locations in Central Ohio or online anytime at rcdrv.com.
This is Lieutenant Governor Jim Tressel. If you're driving and take a quick glance at your phone, more can happen than you might think. Because taking your eyes off the road for even just a moment is like driving the entire length of a football field blind. Don't let those few seconds distract you from what's right in front of you. Phones down, eyes up, Ohio.
I love Right Pack Credit Union because they're solution driven.
I feel valued as a member.
They're focused on the latest technology and the personal connections.
Experience benefits that go beyond banking with Right Pack Credit Union. Just ask our actual members.
I definitely recommend Right Pack to all my family and friends as a credit union of choice.
Visit one of our Columbus area Right Pack Credit Union member centers near you. Based on individual members' experiences, results may vary.
Have you lost your energy, not feeling it in the bedroom anymore? It could be your testosterone, even if you're a woman. Find out now for free. Synergenics and Low T Center are offering free testosterone testing for both men and women. Stop by or book today at fixmylowt.com.
There is nothing more meaningful you can do for yourself, your family, and friends than finally getting rid of that pain so they can enjoy that time with you again, especially heading into vacation season. Here, let me help you. It's Bobby Carpenter, and Dr. Tesler and his team at QC Kinetics take care of your pain in the office so you can go right along with your day. It's that easy. So if you say yes to any of these questions, you're the kind of patient QC Kinetics regenerative treatments can help every day. I have consistent pain in my joint, knees, hips, shoulder, back. Pain keeps me from getting a good night's sleep. I'm missing work or saying no to things that I love. I don't want surgery or a long-term recovery. I am at the end of my rope, and taking medications every day is just going to get me through the day. I don't want to do it anymore. So if you want to do that, go check out your free consultation over with my friends at QC Kinetics in Dublin or Gahanna. Call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. They have offices in Dublin and in Gahanna.
We're hiring at Don's Garage Doors. No experience? No problem. We provide full training, a brand new van, top-of-the-line tools, a gas card, and steady jobs with weekly pay. This isn't just a job. It's a career with real growth, great pay, and job security. Our team members go from training to 6 figures, and we're ready to help you do the same. Don't wait. Apply now at donsgaragedoors.com.
Sometimes, tough times are a test, a chance to prove ourselves. Colleen O'Donnell proved her grit in Laredo, Texas, when she served as an immigration judge and faced the worst of the worst: human smugglers, gang members, dangerous people. Colleen ordered them to be deported, never granted asylum once, and enforced the law to the letter. Now, Ohio needs tough leadership on the bench, so Colleen O'Donnell's running for Ohio Supreme Court as a constitutional conservative with 10 years of prior judicial experience. Ohio Right to Life PAC endorses Colleen for her devotion to our conservative values. America's toughest immigration sheriff, Richard Jones, endorses Colleen O'Donnell for her dedication to public safety. And the Ohio leaders we trust support Colleen O'Donnell for her unwavering loyalty to the rule of law and the Ohio State Constitution. The grit to lead, the experience to succeed. Colleen O'Donnell for Ohio Supreme Court.
Paid for by O'Donnell for Ohio.
Tita Green with Skip Mosick.
Saturday, former Buckeye John Cook joins us from the Senior PGA Championship at the Concession Club, plus Dave Shedlowski of Golf Digest.
Tita Green with Skip Mosick. Saturday mornings at 9 on The Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Mostly cloudy and mild as you get the day going with wake-up temperatures in the 60s. And then this afternoon, we'll see partly sunny skies and highs in the mid-80s. Breezy winds continue, and then we do have a chance of showers and thunderstorms as we head into the evening, some which could be on the stronger side. Eventually turning mostly cloudy with lows in the 60s and breezy winds continuing. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
An encyclopedic knowledge of sports and other random things you may or may not care about.
I think I found my mentor.
Rockman and Ice.
Weekdays from noon to 3.
The Fan. All of the hair on their heads is slowly migrating to the lower part of their faces. And cracking. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
Opening up the windows this time of year, it feels so good when you know, oh, the temperature outside is great. I walked in this morning from the car and I'm like, am I inside? Am I outside? It's nice. It feels good out there this morning. And now they're going to open your windows this morning, but maybe later today you want to do that. But you know, you've got one or two of those windows that have been a problem. They're sticking. And you got a couple other windows that just look bad. The latch is broken on them. There's stuff that you need to get fixed. Might as well just replace them. And now's a great time to do it with Window Nations. The more you buy, the more you save sale going on now. If you've got problem windows, get them fixed with Window Nation. You could save up to 50% off all the windows for your home. Plus, you could get them with 0% interest financing for 5 whole years. So make sure you call Window Nation, or not call them, go to their website. It's very simple. WindowNation.com is the place you go to get your fast, free consultation. They have an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau for a reason. They take care of their customers. They will take care of you. WindowNation.com to get your fast, free consultation and possibly get 50% off all the windows for your home right now from Window Nation.
When Bones was talking and he said losing's not important to them enough to them, like they gotta want to hate to lose, and it instantly gave me the Urban Meyer vibes. And I was like, ooh, I know that speech.
I was gonna say, have you ever heard something like that from any of your coaches? The answer is, of course, yeah. Urban probably would say something like that.
I know that speech, and it actually is very spot on for a lot of athletes. You know, like, it's just about competitive nature. Like, if you're an athlete, especially a professional athlete, you're typically a very competitive person. But, you know, some people handle losses better than others. And coming from high school, like, I lost a lot of football games in my high school. So, like, you know, like losing, like, it was like, all right, that's just, it happens, right? But when I got to Ohio State, obviously, you can't. Back in my day, you know, nowadays you can lose about 2-3 games and still be fine. You can still be fine. Back in my day,
playoffs, all
when
that.
You lose one, it's the world is falling. So like, he had to really teach me that, like how important it is to like not lose. And I just remember just like we did the winner-loser days, which they still do at the Woody, winner-loser days. They usually do them on Saturdays and stuff like that. Losing team have to scrimmage. But it was all off-season, which they continuously still do in the off-season, where it's just competing. And it's always penalties or like consequences for losing and stuff like that. And it really did build my competitive nature to where it was like, I'm willing to do anything except cheat. I don't cheat, but willing to do anything and whatever I got to do to win this drill. And like, then you start with like little drills. And then as you get towards the season, now it's like, so the way I used to play football was I didn't play the game. I played the play. Like it's not about it's obviously the end goal is about the 4 quarters, but it's about winning the play. Like beat my one-on-one matchup on this play. I have to. And then once that play's over, all right, I got that one. Boom, let's go to the next play. I got to win the play. And if you keep doing that, eventually you'll win a lot of games and stuff like that. And to me, that part is where the Jackets struggle at right there is win the play. We got the puck. Let's win this right here.
Well,
and it doesn't
shifts,
necessarily.
Right? In hockey, you have shifts where it's like you're out there for 90 seconds, most of the time.
It's
like,
not necessarily like
go win those 90 seconds.
Winning isn't like ending with a goal. Like obviously that like, you would love that, but like
you outplay the other team for the time you're on the ice. Then you go off, you get a drink, you get your reset, and then you go right back out there and you try to win again. You don't. How many times have we watched this team play this year where we've said they're just skating around for like an entire period? Yeah, every line for an entire period was more or less just skating around, and that's exactly what he's talking about is you're professionals. You shouldn't do that. But more so, why don't you, like you're talking about, want to win that battle for just that period of time you're on the ice each shift?
Well, I thought we were trending that way because, when Bones first got here, the one thing that the player said was, the communication is great. I know when I get on the ice what I need to do because he was like giving you an assignment. Like when you go out there, this is what I need you to do. And they was taking that and going out there and doing that. And it ended with them winning at a lot of these games. And I don't know if that communication, I would imagine Bones didn't lose that type of communication. It's just the attention to detail wasn't there anymore. Yeah. And like I said, when you lost that game, or not even when you lost that game, when the Flyers went to overtime, you checked out. And that to me is a problem because maybe I view it a little bit differently. And like I said, I'm not a hockey player. I play football. But like as an undrafted guy, right, knowing all the things that go into, being undrafted, knowing all the hard work and the extra mile you got to go to make a team, when you see people that's like in the game just like taking it for granted or not going hard, it makes you upset because it's like there's people at home on the couch that would get a right leg to go out there and be on that ice and take your spot and play way harder than you. Yeah. Even if they know this is a quote-unquote meaningless game, they still would go out there and give it their all. And some people take their job just for granted, and you shouldn't be doing that.
Well, and that's where I have said, I question the on-ice leadership of this team because how does it get to that point where we would talk about how Bones would say things throughout the season where we would go, oh, okay, he's pulling back a little bit here because he knows they're kind of in a moment where they've lost a couple. He's already probably ripped them. Now it's like, hey, we're making steps. We are playing better. We just didn't get the result we wanted tonight. And you can see the psychology that he's trying to do on his team of like, hey, I'm not trying to rip you every time you lose just because, but I need you to focus and do your job. And at this point of the season now, obviously it's over. He went out there and just said, to hell with it. I don't care about your feelings. I don't care about anything.
That's where you got to be as a coach. I told you one of the greatest lesson that I learned outside of all of Urban's best things, but one of the things that stuck with me the most, I'll never forget, is being in the weight room and Coach Parker, who's the assistant strength coach, was like, I was doing I can't remember what exercise we were doing. I want to say it was like squats or something like that. And he put a ton of weight on there. And I did the weight, but like I was mad at him. And he looked at me. He looked at me and said, "Is you hurt?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not hurt." And he's like, "Oh, well, if you ain't hurt, then you go ahead and keep doing what you doing because if you mad that I hurt your feelings, I could care less about your feelings. I'm here to get you better." And that stuck with me for like till this day. Like it's like now I say things and I don't care that it hurts people's feelings. Yeah. Because I know in the long run, it's what you need to hear to get you better.
Yes.
My wife can't stand it.
Well, but
can't stand it, but it is what it is. Like, I'm just a straight shooter, and I know that if I say this to you, it's gonna hurt you. but it's going to make you better later in life.
Well, and that's what Rick Bowness was doing last night. So I'm interested to see how that goes for the Jackets this offseason. We will talk, as we said, with Don Waddell coming up at 8:30. We'll find out his thoughts on that speech and more. So this comes via Colorado Sports Only on Twitter. The Colorado spring game, Deion Sanders, Coach Prime out there in Colorado.
That's Dylan's peoples.
Yeah, the aunties that are out there at Colorado University. Anyway, they're during Shedeur Sanders, him too. Deion Sanders, 4 years with the Buffaloes. The attendance at the spring game has gone down from 47,277 in his first year, 2023, 28,400 his second year, 20,430 last year. This year they had 17,500 people at their spring game.
So it's going down every year.
Down by more than half. So
what was it the first year?
47,277.
And then year 2 was 20?
28. And year 3 was 20. And last year, now they're saying it was around 17 or 18. Now, the school put out an official figure that said 27,000. Probably not accurate. The people who were there said it's more like 17 or 18 were there. So I just wonder, has the Coach Prime tenure worked at Colorado, would you say?
Has it worked? Yeah, because it made Colorado relevant again.
Okay.
Like, people still going to watch Colorado. People going to tune in to see what Coach Prime is doing at Colorado. But as far as, like, winning and losing, no. The wins is not, they're not coming there.
Well, when they had Travis Hunter and Shedeur, they went 9-4.
Yes.
And that was the high water mark, which, of course, given where they were the last, decade prior to that, it's pretty good.
It was, 1-11 when he took over?
Yeah, I believe that's correct. So I think, he has gotten a lot of scrutiny. I don't know that it's necessarily worked to the level they wanted it to from an on-field standpoint. You're right. It's raised their profile, but now you just got more people paying attention to the fact that they are not that good. And
well, he's not getting, when he first got there, he got the number 1 offensive tackle. Obviously, he brought Travis Hunter and Shedeur and all of those talented guys. And now you got Jordan Seaton left to go to LSU, so your best offensive lineman is gone, that's a big problem.
That was the number 1 tackle you were talking about. Right?
Yeah. So he's gone, which he probably is draft eligible. So he's going to probably do a year LSU and then probably leave after that.
Right.
And then your quarterback situation, wasn't he rotating quarterbacks?
They were last year. They were playing a whole bunch of dudes.
You don't have that. There is no star guy that I can think of off the top of my head. Like,
yeah,
there's nobody that's like, oh, I got to watch at Colorado because they got this guy. Like, I don't even know who that guy is.
No, I think, and if there was a video of them running out on the field, and I saw a lot of comments on it going, do they even have a weight program, like a strength program there? Like, what's happening? All those guys just kind of look like they rolled out of the high school field and said, yeah, good enough. It was jarring to see the difference between that and like your average Big Ten team running out on the field. It was a very different look. So we'll see if it keeps working for Deion, but I would guess the hot seat's getting a little warmer for him this year. Something to keep an eye on there. Speaking of college football head coaches, former Michigan head coach Sharon Moore was sentenced yesterday for his beyond crash out that he had. Did he avoid jail time? You'll hear in 2 minutes. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Taking a look at some drive times in Delaware County right now. If you're taking 23 south between 36 and 270, that will take you about 11 minutes. A 9-minute commute, though, 71 south between 36 and 270 out there. Definitely the better route for you this morning. Over on the northwest side, especially by Dublin and Hilliard, 270 northbound and southbound, also looking pretty smooth on your Wednesday. No major issues to report out here. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Performance matters in intimate moments. Don't let ED ruin them. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and I want to assure you that if you're like the vast majority of guys, you don't have to suffer with ED anymore. In fact, you might be pleasantly surprised at how the right treatments could positively impact your love life. At Tri-State Men's Health, our advanced medical therapies go far beyond pills. We have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, and we offer specific and combinative treatments that can dramatically enhance both your performance and your stamina. You could even last up to an hour or more and bring a far greater level of intimacy to both you and the one you love, perhaps performing like you haven't in years. So call us today and find out why our advanced treatment strategies offer so much more. Your first visit is just $99 and gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. Tri-State Men's Health, advanced medical science to improve men's lives.
Working your way through that home projects list, that means more flushes, more showers, more fiddling with the thermostat. Trust the pros at the Waterworks with your plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling needs. Our certified pros can repair or replace your air conditioner or furnace. Clogs? Call the Waterworks. Drain issues? Call the Waterworks. Plumbing problems? Call the Waterworks. HVAC breakdowns? Call the Waterworks. The Waterworks. Trusted and certified plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling experts.
We are your radio home for the Buckeyes, Browns, and all the NFL games you can handle. We may have a bit of a football problem. Oh, yeah? The Fan Ohio sports destination. Tyvis says that in all his years being in football locker rooms, he never once looked at another man's junk. He cannot say the same thing about working at this radio station. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Well, had a fun parenting moment yesterday. We had my oldest is running track this year.
Oh, that's my sport.
I've never been
I wish I would have did it for 2 years, man. Track is one of those things that when you hear it, it's like, I don't want to do that. And then, like, getting in track shape, woo, know, that's that's the hardest part about track. But, like, once you get to, like, them big Saturday meets, man, because that's when the girls used to be, right? You go ahead and win, and you go ahead and win. They know who you are
because they hear your name.
Yeah, man. I told you when I was doing track, my 1 year I did it as a junior. We did a Saturday meet. It was a big meet. It was like a lot of schools there, and we was getting ready to do was it the Open 2? I think it was the Open 2. Yeah, it was the Open 2. So how they do it was they were doing men first, women second, right?
Okay, we did the opposite yesterday.
Yeah,
but sure.
Usually it's women first, men second, but this, for some odd reason, they did men first, women second. So we sitting there, we getting ready to warm up to get ready to do the 200, and this girl goes, Whoever wins this 200, I'm gonna give y'all my number. Oh. And she was a decent girl. She was a decent looking girl. So I was like, all right. So I went out there, rolled him, T-Bone, rolled him. Walked right back over to her and said, "What's up?" She was like, "Yeah, I got you, blah, blah, blah." So what I didn't know was that her dude, or I guess one of her dudes, or whatever they were.
He thought he was her dude,
that he was also in the 200. Oh. So I rode him.
Oh, okay.
So
that's kind of
we go on. I'm doing 4 events each track. Means I'm doing the 4x1, the 4x2, the Open 2, and the 4x4.
Oh, sprint guy only.
Yeah.
We got that.
400 meters. The one time around the track was the most I was doing. But anyways, so at this point, we win the 4x1, we win the 4x2, and all I got to do is win the Open 2, and I'll win MVP of the track meet.
Okay.
Like, I'll be that guy.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I didn't know, again, that was her dude, or they was talking or whatever.
Sure.
He was upset.
Okay.
He rolled me in there.
Oh, did
finals,
he really? Look at that.
Motivation.
Oh, man, I was like, so I ended up getting a silver medal. I get on the bus, they like, here go your silver medal. I chucked that thing. What I want with that? What am I do with that? One day my kids go see this. Daddy got second place. What am I do with that?
First loser.
I chucked that thing.
You and Ricky Bobby. If you ain't first, you're last. That's right.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, that was last night was more of a my oldest is like, this is her first experience with track. There was no we weren't getting to the finals kind of thing. She's learning what to do. She's a freshman, right? But we're there, and it's the juxtaposition of having kids at different ages, because I have my high schooler who's running in this competition, and she did a very good job, very proud of her, all that stuff. And then I have the youngest who's sitting with me, and she's 6, and she's getting bored. And so we're sitting in the stands, we're talking to friends. I'm trying to keep this one under control. I'm like, can you please sit still? Please sit still. She's not listening, talking to friend. Please sit still.
This your younger one?
Yes.
Yes.
So Viv runs, and we're like, okay, now she ran, and I gotta get ready for the show tonight. So I was like, I'll take Abby, because she's kind of, she's done. I'll take her home. So I'm getting ready to leave, have a little bit more conversation. All of a sudden, the woman in front of us turns around and goes, she kicked me. And I'm like, oh, I'm mortified. I'm like, oh, no.
The youngest
Abby apparently was swinging around and kicked her in the back.
Okay.
And so, of course, I'm like, I am so sorry about that. I apologize. That's my fault. I wasn't paying attention. And then, of course, we were already leaving anyway. And so we left. I made her apologize to this person. And she's like, yeah, my daughter's obviously on the verge of tears. We're walking out to the car. And I'm like, do we learn any lessons? Oh, this kind of says, tell you, stop. And so then finally we got back to the car and she's like, I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. I'm like, well, next time you need to listen. Because even though you didn't mean to, that's why daddy tells you these things. Not for fun. I don't do it for fun. I'm telling you for real. Don't kick people. So that was me. That was my night last night.
Good for you.
Yeah, bad for me. I felt horrible as a parent. I'm like, I failed. I failed her because she's embarrassed that she accidentally kicked this person. I felt bad for the person that she kicked because I'm like, I wouldn't want that if I were sitting there.
Dylan taught me a really wonderful thing.
What's that?
Take him to the bathroom and to the car.
That's all you know.
Take him to the bathroom and to the car.
No.
Straighten him out. Straighten him out.
No.
I also I did not physically abuse my child yesterday, but I did have to mentally abuse her a little bit.
Okay.
She's 7. She's a little bit behind the 8 ball on the bike riding.
Oh, okay. I saw your video on IG.
Yes, and I was like, I basically told her, I said, you don't want this enough. I gave her the Rick Bonus speech, basically, before Rick Bonus even gave it. I was like, you don't want this enough. I'm like, you're over here, you're looking at the neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
You're not focused. You're not focused on being balanced.
No.
And so I was like, you know what? And I if there's someone out there that's struggling to teach their kid how to ride a bike and they're like 7 or older, I was just like, you know what? Figure it out. I stopped helping her.
Yeah.
I was just like, I'm going to stand here and I'm going to make sure you don't seriously hurt yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Probably like 10 minutes later, she learned how to ride the bike. Just get out of their way.
There you go. Yeah.
Get out of their way.
You tell them to pedal fast.
Yeah, that's why I kept telling her. I was like, you're too slow.
You better pedal faster.
Yeah.
I was like, don't panic, just pedal. That's what I kept telling her.
Well, that was even my oldest, like, because now this is her first time doing track, and she's like learning about how much training goes into it and work goes into it. So yesterday she gets home because, the results were not what she, I think, wanted. And she was like, yeah, I think I might have to do a little bit more. I think I might have to go out and run a little bit more. I'm like, oh, see? Because if I told you that, I don't think that would have gotten through.
Track really helps you realize, like, if you're not getting the results you want, it's embarrassing.
So you have to go do more. So now I think we're going to see a little bit more of the training schedule coming into play.
My favorite thing about track is that, unlike other sports, politics and who the coaches are can get into it. Track, your time is your time.
That's it.
It's a clock.
That's it.
You go out, you can put me on the worst team ever, and if I beat everybody by 20 seconds, then it's like, all right, I guess they're the fastest one out here.
Now, track is good because it's also individual if you're not on a relay team. So, like, that's why I love the open, too, because it's just me. Like, I'm not worried about the second leg messing up the exchange or something it's just me. Shoot the gun, we gone.
Yeah, there you go. That's right.
Tyvis, I hated the cold so much my senior year. I said they wanted me to do 4 events. I'm like, I'm doing 2. 4x8.
You hated the cold?
Yeah.
Well, cold at the beginning of it.
It's cold the whole time.
What's the matter with you? It's cold. It's cold in like March and April.
Yeah,
it depends.
And the season ends in May.
The season ends in June.
If I went to regionals my junior year.
Oh, well, that's your own fault then. That's why
Right.
But
yeah,
I did the 4x8, the first event, 4x4 last event, whole middle of the meet in the tent.
4x8.
Yeah.
It's great.
You're better than me.
See, we're all talking about this now. We're all going to just be waiting for a little tsunami to come, and then what about 15 years from now? We'll all be out there.
He's running track, and it's non-negotiable. It's part of his DNA.
Sharon Moore sentenced to 18 months probation, not prison time. This is a $1,000 fine. He also got for the incident with the staff member that, of course, he was having an affair with. He pleaded no contest last month to trespassing and malicious use of a telecom device. What a weird term. That's almost like a toothpaste receptacle or whatever I said earlier. In exchange for dropping more serious charges, he faced a sentence of up to 6 months in jail for the 2 misdemeanors. But
I think the embarrassment is more than the punishment.
Yeah, I tend to think so. The district court judge, Cedric Simpson, said, I don't believe when I look at the entirety of the situation that incarceration should be appropriate.
Yeah, I don't think you need to go to jail.
He said, I warn you, Mr. Moore.
He was going to kill himself with a butter knife.
I mean, I'm not laughing about the first part of that. It's the second part of the butter knife part is the one where it seemed like he wasn't in his right mind, clearly. According to Dan Wetzel, who documented this, he said, I warn you, Mr. Moore, should there be a violation, all bets are off. I don't like sending people to jail, but I don't have a problem doing it. So there you go. A little bit of a threat there to let him know how it stands. But, yeah, Sharon Moore not going to jail, is on probation. So, yeah. He also said to his wife, he said, good for you for standing by this guy, because I guess she's still sticking with him. And then he told Sharon Moore, you are taking her for granted. So I hope that works out.
I hope it's not just for the kids.
She's looking at him going, we are stopping off at the jewelry store immediately after this, because you heard that judge. So go in there and make this right. I think that's what's happening. Coming up next, Tyvis had a leftover hot take from Hot Take Tuesday. You'll hear it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
In West Columbus, we are noticing a disabled vehicle right now, really impacting that 70 eastbound direction just as you're passing 142. So expect some slowdowns and some lane closures out there. Certain portions already down to 44 miles per hour for your speeds. At least some better news once you're passing that area. Looking a lot better closer towards that 70 and 270 split over on the west side. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your Fan Traffic.
Colin Man here for Hollywood Casino Columbus.
Oh, Mikey, did you know something new is coming and it's right around the corner?
What is it?
Now you can stay while you play. It's the all-new Hollywood Casino Columbus Hotel. It's coming June 12th, and we want you to celebrate with us as we open the doors with a can't-miss concert and festival.
And here's something for you this month. It's the Win Your Way drawings on select Wednesdays and Saturdays. You can score $100,000. Plus, coming in May, it's the Hollywood Tribute Concert Series.
Ooh, must be 21 to enter. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. I am quite aware of the dangers being on the road. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. These families' lives will be changed in an instant. We fight for these families as if they were our own. We've become America's largest injury law firm by winning cases just like these. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Injured? Dial Pound Law. Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. If you've ever had somebody do work at your house, it's annoying as crap, at least to me, when someone shows up to your house that you never met, you've never worked with, and you didn't hire to do the job. Subcontractors, I understand why they exist, but for me, I want to work with a company that's going to bring people who know what they're doing, who are trained by the company to put their product in. On time, on budget, no surprises at the end. That's what Baths R Us does every single time. These folks started in Ohio and grew by word of mouth because they do it right the first time. And the big difference with them, they have local crews. They never sub out the work. The people who show up to your door, they're trained by Baths R Us. They're actually employees of the company, not some random crew they hired last week. Whether you need a safer bathroom to stay independent or you just want a space that you're proud of, they build it to last. That's Baths R Us. Call them today and see what it's like to work with people who actually keep their promises. Kind of a rare thing these days. Call them today, 380-225-BATH. That's 380-225-BATH. Baths R Us. Bathrooms you can trust. Call now.
Got that tax refund? Uncle Sam's Cash is calling. Put it towards your new ride. Right now at Capital Ford in Whitehall, drive home an F-150, Explorer, or more with 0% APR for up to 60 months on select models, plus deferred payments for up to 90 days. See Capital Ford in Whitehall today. See dealer for details.
Protect your home or business with Ramos Roofing. Trusted roofing, siding, and gutter solutions with free estimates and flexible financing. Call 614-761-7663 or visit RamosRoofingOhio.com today. Ramos Roofing. Reliable, local, built right.
He opens his toolbox before he opens his wallet and believes you can fix anything with 20 minutes and some pride. He's Mr. DIY, and when he needs metal, he goes to metal supermarkets. Artists, hobbyists, machine shops, maintenance professionals, and welders all count on metal supermarkets for over 8,000 metal products, shapes, and grades. If it's metal, they've got it or can get it for you. Cut to any size and ready fast. Visit the family-owned franchise on North Wilson Road or Columbus at metalsupermarkets.com.
Do you suffer from leg pain, leg swelling, varicose veins, or leg ulcers? Dr. Joseph Senta and Dr. Barry Zeta at Ohio Vein and Vascular are pioneers in the vein and vascular field. They can perform minimally invasive procedures that will get you back on track to a pain-free life. Stop living with leg pain and start the process to healthy living with a free healthy leg screening. 3 locations to serve you at Polaris, Reynoldsburg, and now open downtown. Go to loveyourveins.com or call 614-426-VEIN. That's 614-426-VEIN or loveyourveins.com.
As the seasons change, it's time to prep your HVAC system with a $49 seasonal tune-up from Columbus Worthington Air. A seasonal tune-up can help save money on your energy bill and help prevent expensive breakdowns. As your local home service experts, everything we do is backed by our exceptional service guarantee. It all adds up to dependable service from neighbors you trust. Columbus Worthington Air and Bryant Heating and Cooling. Whatever it takes. Visit cwaohio.com/radio for details, terms, and conditions. License number 47543.
Bishop and Friends.
It's an unmitigated disaster. There's not a parent out there that has a boy that age that is not aware of where they are with this. It is a disaster every day.
Bishop and Friends, sponsored by Diamond Seller.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on The Fan. The Fan Poll is sponsored by JT's Pizza and Pub, home of award-winning pizza and 32-ounce Yingling drafts for only $4. Both of these men played sports in high school. Only one of them was good at it. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
You know, I can't believe we didn't put this together on site when we were looking at it, but we're talking about the judge in the Sharon Moore case, how he kind of, said, I'm not going to send you to jail, but don't screw up again or I will. That judge's name, District Court Judge Cedric Simpson, there in Michigan. His face looked familiar, and now we know why. If you've ever seen the viral video of the man who's in his car, who I believe had like some kind of driving on a suspended license kind of court hearing, and he was doing one of those remote Zooms where the guy...
You talking about the lady?
No. This is different. We played audio of a woman last week who got into the same type of situation, but there was a guy who's in his car, and the judge is like, are you driving right now? This hearing is for a suspended license. And he's like, yeah, I'm pulling over right now. And he was like, sorry, I have to go to a doctor's appointment. And the judge is like, no, instantly denied. You're like, you're dumb. This is dumb. That judge is Cedric Simpson. It's the same judge Sharon Moore had. So if you've ever seen that viral video of the man sitting in the car.
Yeah, I think I do know what you're talking about.
It's the same guy. That's the same guy that Sharon Moore's judge was yesterday. So what a small world. Apparently that was also in Michigan. So now we know.
By the way, I'm getting crap in the chat because every time I bring up anything with my daughter, what also gets brought up is the fact that A, don't allow Santa in the house, and B, I had her pump gas one time and I was showing her how to pump gas. It's not like I got out and got my cigarettes and lottery ticket while my 7-year-old was pumping gas
Is
outside.
it wrong to let your kid pump gas? Is that a bad thing?
I think when I said it, people thought that I was just like, all right, I'm going to sit here. You pump the gas. I was showing her how to pump gas.
I begged my parents to let me pump the gas when I was a kid.
It was a thing for me, too. Let me pump it because I wanted to stop it on the number.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Oh,
that was the game.
I still do that. I was with a buddy once. We were traveling somewhere. I can't even remember what we were going to. Driving on the road somewhere. And we got out to fill up the tank because we'd been driving for a few hours. And I got out and I did the thing where whatever the number was back then, it was probably like $30 was like enough to fill my tank. Now that doesn't get you from here to the end of the driveway. But at the time I was trying to hit, because I think to fill up my tank, it would have been like $31. So I hit 30 and I went 30.01 or something. I was like,
man.
And he's like, are you the reason that the pump sometimes is on an even number? I was like, I must be. I mean, I do that all the time. And he's like, I've never done that in my life. I've never understood why people stop on the even number. And it's like, it's just a game. Yeah. We only get one of these lives. Wouldn't it be boring? That's just 5 seconds of bliss. If you hit that number, it's not the lottery, but it feels good.
My mama used to be like, if I would mess it up, she would be like, here, she'd give me a penny. Here, go take that penny.
Oh, yeah. Well, because back in the day, it didn't have the automatic shutoff when you paid ahead of time. Yep. That's exactly right.
But in the chat, they were saying that I should have got Gianna on the Strider bike.
For riding a bike.
And you know what? I didn't for the longest time.
You don't even need to ride the bike. Electric bikes is what everybody's riding.
So the Strider bike, they also call it a balance bike. It's a bike with no pedals, so they can kind of just walk with it and learn how to balance. And this might just me getting older, and I'm going to tell people to get off my lawn. why am I going to buy a bike to teach my kid how to ride a bike, and then I have to buy her another bike?
Oh, it's a total.
I agree with that.
It's 100% a scam.
My name is Tyvis Powell, and I endorse this statement.
Yep, that's right. I think we all agree that is big. That is big bicycle coming to try to take more of your hard-earned money, and I won't stand. None of us will stand for that.
We learn.
Nope. And you don't. You know what though? You know how you learn? You pedal and you fall over and you get up. You scrape your knees. You get up, and eventually you go, I don't want to do that anymore, and you learn how to do it. I see the Strider bike thing, though. Now, I do know they make some, Dylan.
Let me look up this Strider
They make
bike.
some that you can take the pedals off, let it be that type of bike,
Right.
and then when the time comes, you can put the pedals back on, and so you don't have to buy an extra bike. But
Don't need it.
What do you
Well,
mean?
now you don't need to worry
What do you mean there's no, you said there's no pedals?
Yeah, they literally just push, they like stand on it and push it with their feet, and then they can pick their feet up, and it teaches them how to balance a bike without pedaling it. But you can learn
that too.
You can learn on the bike doing that. You can not pedal a bicycle. Last I checked,
I took the pedals off the actual bike. There you go. I just made my own balance bike.
There you go. Perfect. This is a hot take from one Tyvis Powell, who was on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show yesterday, and said a version of this. Now, we never get to the actual full logic here because they cut the clip off too early. But Tyvis, you're going to have to explain this to me.
My take is that the Browns will win the division this year. This is why I say that. All right, y'all would admit that there was 3 coaching changes in the AFC North, right? And y'all will admit that typically when you get a new team and a new coach, there is a period where people have to buy in. You gotta test this coach out. You gotta understand if this is the right guy. Am I gonna follow this guy, right? And I think looking at Todd Monken and looking at where the Browns is and how they are building their roster up this offseason, they're really trying to get back to the trenches.
Okay. And then the clip cut off from there, but finish the thought. Like, all right, they're building up the trenches, but the Browns are one of the teams that have a new head coach.
Correct. So I think that, okay, so there's 3 teams in the AFC North that's got new head coaches.
Yeah, Steelers,
Browns,
Ravens,
Steelers, and Ravens, right? All right, cool. Now, I think that, one, Todd Monken is coming from Baltimore, so he kind of knows them a little bit. So, therefore, they got a little bit of a leg up on that one. And I think Lamar, say what you want about Lamar.
Overrated. You hate him.
No,
he sucks.
he's not
that's
overrated.
what I heard. Yeah,
Lamar,
overrated.
they say Lamar doesn't work hard. That's Lamar's problem. So he's a guy that just, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So if your leader is doing that, I mean, come on now.
That's not good.
Anyway, he's
not good.
I think that the Browns are going back old school where they're trying to really build up the trenches, and games are won and lost in the trenches. You seen it in the Super Bowl. All it took was a left tackle not to have a really good game, and it made the Seahawks was able to do a lot of good things. Yes, they had JSN, but they didn't really have a star. Kenneth Walker was the star of the whole Super Bowl because they was able to run the ball because their offensive line was dominant in that game. So to me, and their defense was dominant. I think the Browns' defense is already going to be dominant. I think that they're trying to build up that offensive line to be able to run the ball. And if you actually look at the last few wins that the Browns had from last year's season, they beat the Steelers and they beat the Bengals. 2 divisional opponents. When everybody said the Browns was one of the worst teams in the NFL last year, they still finished the season beating 2. And it wasn't like these was meaningless games for the opponent. Steelers were still trying to make the playoffs, and Cincinnati had everybody, all their starters were out there. So therefore, to me, they got a leg up on that. The team that they're chasing is Baltimore, and now you got a new head coach in there. They got to buy into the new coach, and it's his first time being a head coach, just like the Browns is. I just think Todd Monken brings a confidence to the Browns offense. I think defensively, Jim Schwartz did that for them, and that's why we were able to see such a big change. The offense never had that confidence, and I think Todd Monken gives them that.
All right, let's leave the Steelers and Ravens aside then. What makes you think they're going to be better than the Bengals? Given the Bengals have a little minor detail worked out that they have their starting quarterback, who, when healthy, is one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
Did I not just tell you they just beat their when healthy starting quarterback week 17 of last year's season?
Yeah, okay. I mean, that's one game. We're talking about winning the division, which means over the course of when you play all the other teams.
Let me ask you this.
Yes, the Bengals and Browns have that weird rivalry where that you throw – I don't mean this like flippantly. you can kind of throw the records out with those two teams. We've seen years where they both had great defenses and the score is like 45-43 in that rivalry game. It's weird. But when they play other teams, the Bengals have been far superior to the Browns over the last few years.
All I'm telling you is people will say that the Browns were one of the worst teams in the NFL last year.
Yes. And they were right.
They beat Cincinnati.
Okay.
And they would have beat Cincinnati in week 1 had their kicker made a field goal. This is what so if they are the worst team and Cincinnati is barely skating by, Cincinnati got a lot of work to do.
I'm just saying if the Bengals defense gets like any degree better, I think they win this division going away. But
we'll see.
We'll find out. I would love for you to be right and the Browns to be that good as a Browns fan.
Have not won the division since 1989.
God. Taylor Swift. There you go. 1989, right, Dylan?
That's right.
That's one of her albums. She likes it.
Year of Our Mother.
Sure. The plot thickens with the scandal in Sedona involving Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini. We'll give you the latest on it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Still watching one crash on our roads, and it's happening just outside of Ropeports in our southeast Columbus area. It's affecting that Alum Creek Drive ramp from 270 in that southbound direction. That right shoulder is still a little bit restricted out there. Hey, a heads up for our friends taking 33 in that westbound direction. About a 5-minute commute right now so far between Gender Road and 270. But it is getting a little bit slower as more people step out the door. Traffic is building, especially over by 33 westbound and Pickerington Road. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, I think I saw a fox on my way in.
Oh, that was the Carfax Carfox. He was congratulating us on our Carfax Top-Rated Service Center Award.
I have always rated Tire Discounters at the very top.
Oh, thanks. So does Carfax. And not just for tires, but for all our services, too.
Alignment, brakes, shocks and struts, and more.
Yes, sir.
But, Mike, do you think people believe Carfax over me?
Well, you are the Phantom tire buyer.
Exactly.
Get Eco.
Hey, Jerry, remember when we launched our $93 drain clearing offer and you invented the phrase 93 or free?
You know, I've actually written quite a few catchphrases in my career.
Oh, yeah. Aren't you the guy who wrote Bob's Your Uncle?
Yep, for my friend Steve, who has an Uncle Bob. I was as surprised as anyone when it caught on with the general public.
Get Eco.
Well, we need 93 or free to catch on. Our experts will clear your clogged household drain for just $93. If we can't, it's free. And we guarantee it'll stay clear for at least a year, or we'll clear it again for free.
Get Eco, and Bob's your uncle, your drains are clear.
Get Eco.
But Jerry, my uncle's name is Michael.
Get Eco, and Michael's your uncle, your drains are clear.
Let's stick with 93 or free.
Yeah, good call.
Get Eco.
Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians.
GetEco.com.
Mike Rowe here with a random fact. More than half of the homes that have basements in North America will experience water damage. It's true. Whether it's basement moisture, flooding, or bowing walls, do yourself a favor and call a groundworks company. I spent some time working with these guys. They're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to waterproof your basement and stabilize your walls. Schedule a free inspection with Ohio Basement Authority, a groundworks company.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Hey, y'all. It's the Rocket Roger Clemens here. I spent years on the mound giving everything I had, and now I feel every inning in my knees, back, and shoulders. But I didn't want surgery, and I sure didn't want to be sidelined. That's why I turned to QC Kinetics.
QC Kinetics Medical Director Dr. Christie and his team use regenerative treatments that help your body heal itself. No surgery, no meds, and no downtime.
Whether you're teeing off at the club or chasing the grandkids around, QC Kinetics helps you get back to doing what you love.
Call QC Kinetics now and schedule your free consultation. Natural joint pain relief with real results.
Don't let the pain slow you down. I didn't, and neither should you. My friends at QC Kinetics, they'll take care of you.
Call QC Kinetics today and schedule your free consultation. QC Kinetics.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
Bo Bishop here. Ready to hit the road and make some memories? Then get to RCD RV, Central Ohio's go-to destination for the best deals, unbeatable service, and adventure-ready RVs. Start your journey today at any of their 3 Central Ohio locations or visit online anytime at rcdrv.com.
For over 78 years, our family's been part of your love stories. At Diamond Seller, we offer bigger diamonds, better prices, and timeless designs for every chapter of your life. From your first yes to your forever I do, trust the jeweler who knows diamonds best. Visit Diamond Seller today.
Hop into savings this spring with Ohio Mulch. Right now, save $100 on home delivery orders, but only for a limited time at ohiomulch.com. What sets Ohio Mulch apart? Our premium pine bark mulch made from high-quality southern pine from South Georgia. It lasts longer and creates the perfect pH for acidic-loving plants like hydrangeas and azaleas. Better mulch, better results. Shop now at ohiomulch.com.
Ohio Mulch, landscape supply, cleaner, greener, better.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
Wilson, energy bills have been crazy as of late, which has had our phone ringing off the hook. Pella windows give you both a home makeover and often an energy bill makeover.
We hear that all the time at the other window place. We love the makeover. No, wait. We want a do-over. That's what they say. Is do-over and makeover the same thing?
Get the windows that homeowners rated the leading window brand in Columbus at PellaColumbus.com.
Spring into fun at the Columbus Zoo. Warmer days are right around the corner, and there's no better place to make memories. See tigers up close, watch playful otters splash and swim, and catch the baby elephants in action. All in one amazing visit. Looking for a later start? With our Zoo After 2 p.m. deal, you can enjoy all the adventure for $19.95. Plan your visit today and make the Columbus Zoo part of your spring break plans. Learn more at columbuszoo.org.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The Columbus Blue Jackets finished their season with a 2-1 loss to Alex Ovechkin and the Washington Capitals. Head coach Rick Bowness shared his frustrations after the game.
I don't know if I'm back, but if I'm back, I'm changing this culture. These guys, they don't care. Losing is not important enough to them. It doesn't bother them.
On the diamond, Spencer Steer and Sal Stewart each homered for the Reds, while Brady Singer gave up just 1 run in 6 innings pitched. In a 2-1 victory over the Giants. These two teams will match up again today at 6:40. Listen over on the Fan 2. And the Guardians lost in St. Louis last night 6-5. They'll play the rubber match of that series this afternoon with first pitch scheduled at 1:15. This update is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. If you're not happy with your results in the first week, get 100% of your money back. Visit awaken180weightloss.com. Breaking sports news when it happens on the Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Tyvis will put anything in his mouth on a dare. All right, almost anything. No, I stand by my previous statement. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
Tell you what, you heard Rick Bowness in the update there. Lit his team up after that performance yesterday, which, what did he say it was? They had, I think it was 3 hits.
Correct.
And 23 giveaways.
Yeah.
A little more from Rick Bowness if you missed it.
Because it got tough. Because it got hard. Like we talked about after the Olympic break. It's going to get harder. So everything's good as long as it's going their way. And now it gets tough, we don't want to battle back. And that's why, but that's what's happened over the last little week, a couple weeks. That's all that's happened. We're going to change that. If I'm back, I don't know if I'm back. Don and I will talk. We'll get to that. But man, oh man, some of those guys are so lucky the season's over and there's no practice tomorrow. Anyways, there's no more games. What else you want to know?
This is you know what it reminds me of, Tyvis? I've told you this before. I've said this on the air before. People ask me why I listen to heavy music, like angry, loud, screamy, shouting music. It's because there are days where, you know, maybe there's a little bit of frustration about something, the way the world is, something going on in your personal life, whatever. You're just mad.
But you listen to it all the time.
Well, now I've come to appreciate the genre. But Tyvis, the point is, when I first started listening to it,
you're always mad.
There were songs that I would hear where it's like this. I'm listening. I was telling you yesterday, I'm listening to Lamb of God. Like there's just some songs that those guys have where they're like
Ashes of what?
Ashes of the Wake.
Ashes
one of their
of the
best
Wake.
albums ever. Yeah, it's. But like sometimes it's just cathartic to hear someone who you're like, oh, good, they're angry just like me. Oh, they're frustrated way more than I
That's
am.
Typically what people do with music.
It's cathartic.
It goes with your feeling, what you feeling.
You listen to a song by someone who's very sad.
I listen to a lot of...
That could be because maybe you're having that same kind of day, and that helps you know that there's other people out there that feel that same way. That's what Rick Bowness yesterday was. Jackets fans have felt like Rick Bowness a lot over the last 25 years.
Listen to Lamb of God.
Maybe the team needs to. This is an MFing invitation. The last one you will ever need. Yeah, let's go.
Who among us hasn't been pissed off and turned on Break Stuff by Limp Bizkit?
That's all I'm saying.
Me?
You never heard Break Stuff?
Oh, Tyvis.
You've heard Break Stuff.
I told you the only
It's just
song
one of those days you've heard that
the
song.
only song by Limp Bizkit that I know is The Undertaker's music.
Rollin'.
That's it.
Rolling's good too.
That's the only one.
All right.
So no. So to answer your question, that guy.
I'll play it for you in the break. You can hear it, and then you can understand exactly why people listen to that song.
I listen to when I'm like that.
What do you listen to?
Nuck If You Buck.
That's a good song. Nothing wrong with that.
That's the one.
Do you do the dance?
There ain't no dance. The dance is fight.
If you buck. Well, no, isn't there a move to that?
That's you talking about the Dougie. You over there, Dougie.
I thought
Teach me how to
dance to that.
What's wrong with you? Listen, T-Bone, you just lost thug points.
I have seen people dance to Nuck If You Buck. No,
ain't nobody dance.
Nobody dances to that.
You might get knocked out to Nuck If You. It's like a mosh pit.
Okay, fine. All right, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. You're right. I was thinking of Teach Me How to Duck.
Over here doing that.
I've heard Nuck If You Buck. I've heard that song. I just didn't dance to it. I don't dance, Tyvis. You know that.
You go to these mosh pits?
That's not it is technically called slam dancing. I guess that is true. This is, by the way, this is not Rick Bowness, but this is what Rick Bowness sounded like to me yesterday. This is from the show Shoresy. This is exactly what he reminded me of.
Kids don't want it. They don't skate. They don't score. They don't hit. They don't fight. They float.
They don't love to win.
They don't hate to lose.
They don't hate to lose. Bones said it yesterday. So we're going to talk with Don Waddell coming up at 8:30. Very interested to hear that conversation because Bones said yesterday, if I'm back, I'm fixing this culture. Well, he then said, I got to talk to Don about if I'm back. But sounded like the man wants to come back, which is, I guess, question number one.
Is it true that Torts said the same thing and they ran him out of town?
Well, you know who else said the same thing? Patrick Laine said the same thing.
How's he doing nowadays?
I don't think well. I don't think he's been doing. Although, I mean, his team is in the playoffs.
Who's he playing for?
Is he? Well, wait a second. I forget where he is now. Is he still with Montreal?
I've lost track of him.
I don't care where he is actually. But
here's nothing. A quick Google search.
Look,
game.
Here's the point, though,
free.
is that yes,
Patrick Laine plays for the Canadians.
Yes, still.
Okay, that's what I thought. I thought he was with Montreal.
Says he's on IR.
That's what I also thought. That's exactly right. But the point is, yes, John Tortorella did say stuff like this. He would, but the problem with Torch is he'd say it every 3 days, and at some point the message got stale there. Bones has been on these guys' side. He has been now I don't know in the locker room, but publicly he's been very much I'm frustrated with how he played, but I know this team is good. He even what was the game what was the one that they lost last week? I'm trying to think in all the string of losses.
No.
I was about to say the one they needed. Were they playing? It was before they beat Montreal. They beat Montreal Saturday. Who did they play before that on Thursday?
Boston?
I want to say no. Boston was Sunday.
They played.
I'm trying to remember who they played.
They played
anyway,
the Flyers.
In the Flyers game. That was a huge one, right? We all knew it. And everyone was deflated after that. And Bones, even after that game, said, I know these guys will show up in Montreal and give a hell of an effort.
It was the Sabres.
Okay, the Sabres game. There you go. Yeah. That's the game. Okay, after that game, he said, I'm not worried about this team. They're going to come back in Montreal, and they're going to show you they can play. And they did. They played very well against Montreal. But he was trying to be positive. He was trying to will this team to get to the right spot.
They lost bad to this. That's when you checked out.
That's when we said, all right, that's when I said I knew I was done. And I'm just saying he did everything he could to try to keep this team positive, try to help them along, try to give them little pats on the head to say, all right, guys, come on, because he knew this team, I think he knows deep down this team was mentally weak and was not built for this life. And so now he knows it's all out there. He knows everyone's seen it, and it was nice to hear someone actually say it.
I want to know, now that it's out there, how are they going to go about fixing it? I can't wait to talk to
he says he wants to be a part of it. I hope he is. So the latest on Diana Rossini. Did you see that she officially resigned yesterday? This is in fallout from the pictures that emerged of her and Mike Vrabel at a resort in Arizona They both have claimed the pictures are misleading and that they were there with other people. They just happened to see each other.
Where are you at with that? Do you agree that you think that? Do you think that there is some fire there, or do you think that the pictures are misleading?
Let me ask you this: if you were in a relationship with either of those people, would you feel good about those pictures?
No.
The answer is no. So that would be now, unless I knew that my wife in that case was the one who was there, and I knew she had taken a girls trip, and I knew if our families were close, you know what I mean? Like if we had close family friends and you saw these two people were just there and they gave each other a hug. Yeah, the one picture of them holding hands while they're standing in front of a gigantic mountain, it looks like an engagement photo. It doesn't look like people hanging out as friends, but I can even understand if there's some explanation for it, which both of them claim there is, that this is not what it looks like. The issue, I think, is twofold. She resigned and basically said, my contract's up anyway. I'm done with this whole narrative. She basically claims that she's been, screwed over by the narrative here because she says the narrative that's been put out there is misleading. She said this in her resignation letter to The Athletic. You and I have already publicly addressed the recent attacks against me, and I have nothing to add publicly to what we have said. I've covered the NFL with professionalism and dedication throughout my career, and I stand behind every story I've ever published. She went on to say that she doesn't want to give any more oxygen to this story. Well, sorry, but that's unfortunately not going to end with you resigning. The issue for me is simple. If there is some kind of personal relationship there that goes anything beyond the professional nature of covering a sports team, her journalism gets called into question. Now, I can't judge if these two people are having an affair or anything. That's not my business, and I don't necessarily care about that. But the photos did look a little too cozy. And I've seen this question, Tyvis. I'm curious what you think. She is in a pool with Mike Vrabel, and they are clearly just chilling out, kind of on vacation together, is what it looks like, right? Even if they didn't mean to be there at the same time, they've run into each other, they're friendly, they're hanging out.
Okay.
What I have seen multiple people point out is that Diana Rossini, if that's all it is, let's just say it was that and there is no beyond extramarital stuff, it's just that. The point that's been made is that there are lots of male reporters who have just as friendly of a relationship with head coaches, who would go on vacation with head coaches, or who have gone on vacation with people they cover, who have gone to their weddings, who have gone to personal events. That doesn't seem to ever get called out. And that is a little bit of the double standard that some people are pointing out here. We also don't have photographic evidence, let's say, of, I don't know, like Adam Schefter hanging out with some people that he covers. But if that came to light, that I think would also be bad. I think that would also call into question those people's journalistic integrity. And that's what Diana Rossini now has to fight against. Whether she's having an affair with Mike Vrabel, vice versa, whatever, it's the journalism part of this that I think is getting called into question.
Will she ever work in this business again? The NFL, I should say.
I mean, I would not be surprised if she does. I would think.
So you think,
but like,
her
there's
leaving the Athletic doesn't mean that she's done being a journalist.
No, the Athletic. The one thing that's weird though is they're still doing the investigation from the Athletic. I would think if I'm her, I want all that to be published. If I'm innocent, and I didn't do anything, and none of this is real, I would say, here you go. Look at all my text messages. See whatever you need to see. There's nothing improper going on here.
That's what I would do.
Yeah. So that situation continues to be weird. But yeah, I feel like we're not going to know if they had an affair, guys. Like that part of it, which is what I think a lot of people are focused on, is like, oh, they might be sleeping together. It's the bigger picture of you look too friendly with someone you cover. And in journalism, that shouldn't be accepted. But in modern journalism, it kind of is, which is a whole nother kettle of worms to get into at some point. Arthur Smith taking over the offense for Ohio State. Ryan Day spoke about that transition. You'll hear what he said next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good Wednesday morning to you. If you're heading downtown, we do have two disabled vehicles out there. The first one's going to be on 71 in that northbound direction, just as you're passing Greenlawn Avenue, right before that really busy 315 and 70 split out there. That right shoulder is currently blocked. Traffic really building too, even by that 71 and Frank Road area. Also, another one, as I mentioned, this is on 670 westbound, that disabled vehicle, just as you're passing 71, that right shoulder is blocked. Not too bad, though, when it comes to traffic or delays out there. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
With all that can go wrong at your home, it's enough to make you want to say, oh, brother. With Brothers Roofing and Construction, one call covers it all. roofing, siding, rotting decks, we cover it all. So visit us online at brothersroofingconstruction.com.
Working your way through that home projects list, that means more flushes, more showers, more fiddling with the thermostat. Trust the pros at the Waterworks with your plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling needs. Our certified pros can repair or replace your air conditioner or furnace. Clogs? Call the Waterworks. Drain issues? Call the Waterworks. Plumbing problems? Call the Waterworks. HVAC breakdowns? Call the Waterworks. The Waterworks. Trusted and certified plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling experts.
Pelotonia has proven there are no limits to community impact. We've raised more than $339 million for innovative cancer research at the James at Ohio State. Now, new routes let anyone be part of Ride Weekend. Mountain biking, trail running, and hiking join Gravel Day. And Pelotonia Kids welcomes our youngest riders because there's only one finish line that matters: ending cancer. Register today.
Columbus drivers, there's a new Ford service team in town, and we're ready to earn your business. At the Capital Ford of Columbus Service Department, we believe service should be easy. That's why we can come to you. Need an oil change, battery, recall, or routine maintenance? Our mobile service team brings a certified Ford service technician right to your home or workplace. No waiting rooms, no wasted time. And when you do visit us, you'll see what makes a new dealership different. We work harder to show we care. Call or schedule online today with Capital Ford in Whitehall. 614-300-6657.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Let me ask you something. When's the last time a contractor did exactly what they said they would? On time, on budget, didn't give you any surprises at the end. With Baths R Us, there are no surprises. These folks started in Ohio and grew by word of mouth because they do it right the first time. On time, on budget. And here's the difference with Baths R Us. They have local crews, never subcontracted. The people who show up to your door, they're trained Baths R Us employees. They aren't just some random crew that got hired last week and has no idea what they're doing in your home. Whether you need a safer bathroom to stay independent or you just want a space you're proud of, Baths R Us builds it to last. That's Baths R Us. Call today and see what it's like to work with people who actually keep their promises. 380-225-BATH. That's to call Baths R Us and deal with a company that started right here in Ohio and grew by word of mouth. Because they treat people right. They do what they say they're going to do. 380-225-BATH to call Baths R Us. Baths R Us. Bathrooms you can trust. Call now.
Hi, I'm Josie. My daughter turns 5 today. Blow out the candles. I'm also an Ohio State Highway Patrol trooper. When you move over and slow down, you're not only giving me room to work, you're making sure I can get home to celebrate with my daughter.
Roadside workers have lives and families, but when they're on the job, they put it all on the line to protect and serve us. When you see flashing lights, remember, they're not just roadside workers. Thank you for moving over and slowing down.
Brought to you by ODOT, USDOT, NHTSA, and ODPS.
Ohio delivers elections you can trust through unparalleled accuracy. In every election, we feature a thorough bipartisan audit with a consistent 99.9% accuracy rate. Make your plan to vote at voteohio.gov. Absentee ballots must be returned by Election Day.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Get a recap of all the day's news from across the state. The ONN Daily Podcast. Listen at onnradio.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts from the Ohio News Network. The Reds are on the Fan's family of stations all season long. If you don't listen, Terry Francona will ride his scooter to your house and yell at you. Your home of the Reds. The Fan, the Fan 2, and the Fan 3. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Mostly cloudy and mild as you get the day going with wake-up temperatures in the 60s. And then this afternoon, we'll see partly sunny skies and highs in the mid-80s. Breezy winds continue, and then we do have a chance of showers and thunderstorms as we head into the evening, some which could be on the stronger side. Eventually turning mostly cloudy with lows in the 60s and breezy winds continuing. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
The Big Nine was a sad, incomplete place. Enter Ohio State. The rest is history. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
The Fan. One of these guys still believes he can play in the NFL. It's T-Bone. He says it's because of his low center of gravity. He's dumb. This is Bone and Tyvis.
If you like basketball or a hooper, you can win a 4-pack of VIP tickets to the Classic for Columbus 3-on-3 tournament. The tournament takes place Saturday, May 2nd at Ohio State's RPAC, hosted by NBA legend Kenny Anderson. You can also register to win a team of 3 to play in the tournament. Head to 971thefan.com for more info. Can I be a part of this?
I mean,
can I register
maybe
a team?
you could probably sign up a team if you really wanted to.
But I want to be on the team.
Go ahead. Well, we're going to get submissions, and we get to pick the team that we put in to the tournament ourselves. So we will have a team. I guess you could go be involved with that one if you want to. You'd make their day. The new Tyvis Pal's going to run out here with us. That'd be something.
If I lose 5 more pounds, 5 more, I'm down some. So if I lose 5 more, I'm putting it between the legs on the dump.
Sure, there you go.
Okay.
Sure enough.
Right.
That's fine. Isaiah, J.R. Wright are going to do that. Sure. Okay. Now, can I ask, how do we want to give these away? What caller do we want to do? What number?
What'd I say, 3 yesterday?
Yeah.
Let's go number 1 for Tracy McGrady.
Oh, there you go. Caller number 1, 614-821-9710. Yeah, let's do it. Let's give them away now.
It's a race.
Get VIP passes to the Classic for Columbus.
Did you get a number away?
614-821-9710.
That's what I'm
Caller number 1. There you go.
It's a race.
Ask Tyvis Anything is coming. I don't know why I paused there. Ask Tyvis Anything coming up at 7:30. So you can get us those now at Bone and Tyvis 971 or drop them in the YouTube chat. Just go to YouTube, 971 The Fan, click on T-Bone and Tyvis. This is Ryan Day from a couple days ago, and he was talking about what it's like having a new offensive coordinator, having Arthur Smith now taking over the offense. It's a little bit long. It's about 90 seconds, this cut I'm going to play for you, but we're going to hear what he said, and then we're going to try to understand this, because Tyvis obviously playing football at the level that you did. I'm curious your thoughts on what Ryan Day had to say about the language that Arthur Smith is bringing to this Buckeye offense.
There was a lot of, terminology, on both sides that we've sort of put together on this, whether it's formations or concepts. But, he brings a different perspective to the table. And I think being reflective in the off season, once you've been here going on 10 years, you certainly know what you know, and that's good. But there's a lot of different ways to do things. And I felt like it was the right time to allow Arthur to come in and sort of, give his perspective on the offense about where, he can see it going. And then, we're going to come together after the spring, start to, put more and more things that he's done, more and more things that we've done together, and really try to shape this out based on our personnel. But his opinion is very important to me, because he is coming from a different perspective. Now, that being said, the West Coast route tree and things and the way he does things is familiar to me, just because, when I was in the NFL and worked with some of the different coaches I've been with growing up, a lot of the things that he's done, we see it the same way. We talk the same language when it comes from that tree. But over the years, the West Coast offense has everyone's just sort of gone off into different directions with it. And so he has his sort of variation of it, and so do we. But, I think everybody's input in the room will be important. And then ultimately we're going to do what the players can do best. And that's the number one thing that we got to focus on. We're going to finish up this week and then put the cut-ups together and then figure out how we're going to attack the summer.
All right. So a bit of a long-winded answer, but I like the insight that he's giving there. Mm-hmm. So help those of us who didn't play football or didn't play it at a high level. He talks about the language, right?
Terminology. There's concepts and terminology. So, he's saying that, at Ohio State, they run the West Coast offense. And what he was saying was there are so many different variations. Obviously the West Coast offense goes back to, what is it? Who was the 49ers coach that did
Bill
it?
Walsh.
Bill Walsh.
Yeah.
It goes back to him. And, since then, everybody has taken that, but they've put their own spin on it, their own little spin on the West Coast offense. And what he's saying is, since there's so many different variations of it, Ohio State might run a certain version of it, but Arthur Smith, runs his own version. So the problem is when you got that coming in, the terminology is the part that gets lost, and some of the concepts might change. Yesterday you and I were talking about a dino, they might call it a dino, but they might call it a dragon or something.
What is a dino?
Well, a dino is when there's 2 receivers. The inside guy, the slot guy, runs a seam route, and the outside guy runs a 10 to 15-yard dig. That's a dino concept. So the reason you're doing that is because you're putting the linebacker in the bind. He thinks he's got to take that seam, and then boom, he got to drop it and come get that dig. You can hit that dig right behind him. It's one of those things. So if we call it Ohio State, we call it a Dino, but somebody else calls it a dragon, which that's not really a thing. But if they they called it a dragon, obviously Arthur Smith get in there and say, I want y'all to run a dragon. Well, the problem is if we in the original Ohio State offense, if a dragon, let's say that's double slants, because that could be a double slant thing.
Sure.
So if Julian Sands say, okay, he wants dragon, all right, the players go out there and run double slants, and he's like, "What are you doing? That's supposed to be a seam with a dig." Like, obviously, you can see where they get.
So there's
confused.
a time period where you just have to, and that's like part of, I'm sure, what they're going through now with spring practice is trying to figure out how to get everyone to speak the same language on that, right?
And that's so to me where the interesting part is. Does Arthur Smith change his terminology to fit Ohio State, or do Ohio State change their terminology to fit Arthur Smith? Like that to me is the one that's interesting. And I think Ryan Day at the end of it, he says we're going to ultimately do what's best for the players. So if the players can pick up on the new verbiage, then they'll just go with that. And it's hard because it's like. Like Julius, like I could only imagine for a quarterback. Like I dealt with this with Aaron Glenn. This is when me and Aaron Glenn got into it for the draft process when we was on the board. Like he was like,
where was Aaron Glenn at this time? Now
he was the Saints. He was the Saints DB coach.
Okay.
I think, or he might have been the defense. No, he wasn't the defense coach. I think Dennis Allen was the defense coordinator, so he was the DB's coach.
Yeah,
and
Jets head coach now. For those not following
correct.
along,
and that was when. I was sitting up there and I was calling it a hook player, meaning like a hook player is you got 10 to 12 yards, 1 yard, 2 yards outside the hash. Like that's your little zone to play. And to me in college, a buzz player was like somebody that buzzes to the flats.
Okay.
But in their defense, a buzz player could be the safety dropping down and basically essentially playing the hook.
It's so wild. I mean, I know this is what goes on, but this is so wild to me that this is like the level of detail, and we're scratching the surface on what these guys are installing.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
But yeah, when you were talking with Aaron Glenn,
so when I kept saying, yeah, it's a hook, and they like, no, it's not a hook, and I'm like, yes, it is. Like that's exactly what I'm playing. It's like, no, we call that a buzz. That's when Vaughn's like, no, it's a buzz player. And I'm like, oh, well, to me, a buzz player is somebody that buzzes and plays the flats. So
right.
Like, that to me, it's little stuff like that where it seems like to the average people, like, that can't be that hard to fix. No, yes, it is.
Well, and I'm sure, too, with Ryan Day and Arthur Smith, they come in and say, I've called it this because this is easier for my players to grasp. In my experience, it's better if we go with this philosophy of calling these plays, or this is the part of the West Coast offense that I really like to highlight. And Ryan Day can say, all right, that's fine for what's worked for you. For me, when I've been here with Urban and now as a head coach, this is how we run things, and this is what's worked with college athletes.
Right.
And the two of them trying to mesh that together to find, I mean, in a perfect world, you get the best versions of both what Ryan Day has done and Arthur Smith has done and all their various influences, and that marries together and becomes this like great Transformers level offense, right? Yeah. Where you're putting the best pieces together. But there could also be parts where there's some learning curve stuff, or there's some philosophical differences.
The terminology, making sure that everybody understands that you're using the same terms is very important. That's why when you see meetings, that's why you have an offense and defensive meeting. Because if it was just position, like, it gets lost in just position. So, like, for example, there was a safety room and a corner room. And if we didn't meet with, like, the linebackers and the D-line, like, we could have the information could get misconstrued, where it's like, I didn't know that we was calling it that. So you might get on the field and a linebacker might be
defense.
saying, yeah, they might be saying something like, what the heck is that?
So you and Joshua Perry could theoretically have heard like the same thing, and Joshua could think, oh, I need to run out to the flat, and Tyvis is going to cover this.
Yeah.
And you're thinking the exact opposite.
Correct.
Thing. On the same that's what I'm talking about.
So that's why it's very important that people do offense and defensive meeting. So the whole defense is in there, and we're going to talk about it in front of everybody so everybody understands what's going on.
And this is why when I watch stuff in practice and people get all worked up about, like, did you see this rep? And I'm like, yeah, I saw it. They miscommunicated, or something didn't go right.
Yeah, you know when it's a miscommunication, especially in practice, because what's going to happen is the player is going to stop, and they're going to look at each other and throw their hands up. You're going to see it every time.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So I that's what I'm saying is for Saturday, something to keep an eye on is how much of that communication, staying on the same page, those kind of things, how much of that is happening. That'll be probably something to watch as you watch the spring game. And, of course, we'll have all the coverage for you right here on The Fan. Coming up 2 minutes away, Ask Tyvis Anything. You can tweet us at BoneandTyvis 971 on Twitter or hit us up on YouTube. Just go to YouTube 971 The Fan, click on T-Bone and Tyvis, and drop your question in the chat. That's next. T-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
The west side roads are still impacted after a disabled vehicle out there. That's happening 70 eastbound, passing State Route 142 over by West Jefferson. So a heads up here, if you're heading downtown, taking that 70 eastbound direction, yet again, keep that in mind. Go slow and be patient. Also, just south of Grandview Heights, we are seeing debris on the roadway right now, affecting that 670 westbound ramp to 33. Both directions impacted too. That left lane is currently closed. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
There is nothing more meaningful you can do for yourself, your family, and friends than finally getting rid of that pain so they can enjoy that time with you again, especially heading into vacation season. Here, let me help you. It's Bobby Carpenter, and Dr. Tesler and his team at QC Kinetics take care of your pain in the office so you can go right along with your day. It's that easy. So if you say yes to any of these questions, you're the kind of patient QC Kinetics regenerative treatments can help every day. I have consistent pain in my joint, knees, hips, shoulder, back. Pain keeps me from getting a good night's sleep. I'm missing work or saying no to things that I love. I don't want surgery or a long-term recovery. I am at the end of my rope, and taking medications every day is just going to get me through the day. I don't want to do it anymore. So if you want to do that, go check out your free consultation over with my friends at QC Kinetics in Dublin or Gahanna. Call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. They have offices in Dublin and in Gahanna.
Aetna has been my lifesaver. Easy to understand, and if not, customer service is always there to help.
Those words from a real Aetna Medicare Advantage member speak to why U.S. News & World Report named us a best Medicare Advantage company. Because we show up with care management that ensures doctors work together on complicated conditions. We show up with the latest in online tools to make healthcare easier to use anytime. We show up for you because that's how healthier happens together. Member feedback has been edited for length and clarity.
Common man, a radio veteran, has a large hemorrhoid. Timmy Hall, a good clean boy, moonlights as man's hemorrhoid. Common Man and Timmy.
Weekdays at 3.
The Fan. In terms of the Waffle House menu, Tyvis covered and smothered his opponents. Meanwhile, T-Bone is a chunk of hash who's often covered in gravy. I'm not sure what that means either. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
We're doing math in the commercial break.
Yeah.
People don't know this about Tyvis, or maybe they do if they've listened. Tyvis loves math.
That's my favorite subject. That was like the only subject that I was like exceptional in high school and growing up. Like I used to just, the numbers used to just really just fly because I used to like learn. The thing that I love was learning the tricks to like getting to the answer faster. Like that was what I just enjoyed that.
Yeah. See, I enjoyed getting math questions correct, but like when we got
that's
to
too easy.
When we got to calculus, that was when it's like get out the graphing calculator. I was like, nah, you can miss me with all of that. I like arithmetic. I don't mind a little fractional, dividing, all that stuff.
I told business calculus, it ruined it for me. That calculus is,
you know what class? And again, I only went to college for a year, and then I got smart, and I went and got in the radio where there would be no education necessary. Statistics ruined me. And I mean, I did so much with statistics. I was in there for the tutoring sessions. I was in there of course, in my dumb mind, I'm like, oh, well, I like sports. Stats should be pretty. It's like what? Numbers and averages? And it's like, no, you have.
Stats is something else.
You know how they have those spreadsheets that do it all for you?
Yeah.
Once you get the formulas in there, it kind of works. This was the formulas that make the spreadsheets work. And I'd only known that.
Was getting a graphing calculator.
You liked them? I hated them.
When you get that, no, because if you learn how to put the formula in
yes,
right, it gave you, it was the answer. It was easy.
But that's the thing is I couldn't even learn that part
that's
of it.
A shame.
I'm stupid. I'm stupid.
Actually,
I'm stupid.
The key to passing college math is to take it online and then have someone else do it for you.
Well, that's cheating.
That's
being disingenuous.
Come on. That's not right. You don't
I'm not saying that I did that. I'm not saying that I didn't.
You alleged.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, by the way, I got to shout out my boy Bet with Chris. He's in the chat. 2 days in a row. He's giving me a parlay, Dylan.
A parlay.
And you've actually taken his bet?
I took his bet and they hit.
Yeah.
So
I told him last week you needed help.
I urge everybody to go because he got data and stuff. Like his stuff is like a calculator.
Does he have a graphing calculator? Maybe he's doing this all. Maybe he's doing this all above board. That's why you're winning.
Yeah, go use Bet with Chris.
Don't see the second you say that about someone's advice, that's when it immediately start. You do
He on
the
a
opposite.
2-day streak, and we go 3 in a row. Like that's all right. Like it's legit.
You can do that. I will fade your parlay if I could. I would fade it. Right.
Get to know your resident national champion. It's time for Ask Tyvis Anything.
Sponsored by Ramos Roofing. Reliable, local, built right. Request your free roof assessment today at ramosroofing.com.
All right, this one comes from Evan. He said, ask Tyvis, let's say a team is running thin on available running backs, hypothetically.
The Buckeyes.
What position group are you looking at to fill the gap from? Are we talking about I mean, again, this
so
is
he's saying like if we running thin on running backs, where would I pull a player from to go play running back?
That's what I got out of it.
Well, okay, that's one way to look at it. I was looking at it as how would you then compensate offensively if you can't run the football?
I thought he was saying like steel chambers.
All right, let's say
both ways.
All right, let's do it the first way. Let's do it.
If I'm running thin on running backs, the position that I would probably go from like a slot receiver to maybe a linebacker. Those would be the two probably body types. Slot receiver because you could just throw them swing passes or give them outside zones and stuff like that and let them use their speed.
Get them in space.
If you want to actually go between the tackles, more linebackers because they're used to that. And obviously, as you go against running backs, you know what they want to do, so you actually know what hurts you, so you can actually do it. It's like going from corner to receiver. Like you would just do the things that would give you problems and you'd be successful.
Okay.
So those would be the two positions that I would pull from. What was your other way?
The other one I was saying was like, how would you compensate it? If you were running Alabama's offense last year, they could not run the football.
I would run jailbreaks. I would run swing passes out of the backfield, or I run now screens. I just get the ball on the perimeter and just let the receivers do their thing.
That's right. Okay. Very good answer there. Rusty in the chat says, ask Tyvis anything. Has Cardale done the math of how much less electricity he's paying for with Tyvis not driving the Tesla every day? Yeah, that's a solid question.
I've been driving the Tesla.
That's good. That's good that you're still using Cardale's car.
Yeah.
I wonder, does it save him money or does it not? I don't know how that works.
Well, it's not being charged at his place.
Oh, right, because you're charging it. Yeah. Do you pay for that, I hope, when you're charging
Actually, he got a credit card on file, so when I charge it, it's going to him. It's going to him, so he paying for it both ways.
What a gig! You get a free car, free fuel.
It's not a free
for
car because I pay him back for the charges.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you are paying for those, but you're not paying back the car note. Right? You're not paying the insurance?
I think it is a car note. I think he owns that.
Must be nice. I'm just saying, like, you're not paying the insurance on it, so there's, the depreciation on it. When you go to lease a car, the mileage you put on it, they charge you.
Not a lot.
I don't know the answer on that.
It's a very safe car.
Okay, sure. Are you looking for a Tesla endorsement? Is that what you're working for?
I'm not driving like a madman out here.
Okay.
If somebody want to gift me a Tesla, I take it. What you mean? I would take that.
Same. Yes. If someone wants to give any of us a car, we would all take it.
You know what? I think the Cybertruck is ugly, but if someone wants to give me one,
no, you can give it to me. I will drive it right.
You wrap that thing. Ooh-wee. I just see some sweet wraps.
I will drive it right over to a dealership and say how much you want to give me in trade on this so I can get a real car. But that's fine. That's a whole other thing.
As much as gas is, you know how much it costs to charge the Tesla? $30.
Oh, that's actually not.
How far are you going off at $30?
320 miles.
Okay, so that's not far off from the cost of fuel, at least for me, because I get a little bit more than that out of a tank, but I pay a little more per tank too. So I'm getting like 30 miles a gallon. I don't know what the electrical equivalent of that is, but whatever. Meat Sweats in the chat says, or actually on Twitter says, what type of exercises are you doing to improve your 40 time? If you didn't hear this, Tyvis has volunteered to run a 40 at the Fan 5K coming up in June.
What is these exercises?
You can register 971therace.com if you would like to try to run your 40 time against Tyvis. But we'll have a 1 mile 5K and a 9.71K race.
All I do now is just lift. Yesterday was a leg day. I did squats. I went up to 295. I can do 315, but I don't want to.
Okay.
I don't feel
on
like
squats.
Yeah, I feel like I don't need to be like lifting that much weight on my body. Like,
okay.
So like I want to stop at 295. I never really want to go past 295.
Yeah, same. That's what I always tell my trainer when I go. I'm
so
always
what I was doing was I would squat. I'd do a set of squats, and then I would do box jumps, like, the ones where you stack 2 boxes and you got to jump up.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I was doing that yesterday.
Good for you.
That was my big workout.
So Tyvis is running a 4.840 is what I just heard.
No. 4.46.
If he can run a 4.8 at his advanced age, that's pretty impressive. When you add in like the age difference, because what age were you when you ran at the combine? Were you 21?
22.
22. All right. So now
10 years ago.
Now you're 32. I'm just saying, if you can only lose a few tenths off your 40 to still run a
tenths, it's gonna be the exact same time. What are you talking about?
Excited to find this out.
Y'all gonna see that and be like, boy, you know what? You and Cardell talk about we doing bad, but we so bad. I wouldn't even sign you.
Oh,
so you ain't. What you gonna help us?
Aviators.
He gonna see that 4.46 and he gonna be like, you know what? We might can use.
Chris G in the chat said, Tyvis, who came to recruit you and what did they say to you? Were you promised anything like a number?
That's a great question, Chris.
Jim Tressel came to recruit. Well, Taver Johnson was the one that recruited me, but he also brought Jim Tressel along the way to recruit me as well.
Yeah.
From Ohio State.
When you signed.
No, I didn't get promised anything because to me it was a dream come true. I would have took 99 as long as I was in the Buckeye.
Oh, okay. When you signed, who was the head coach? Was Tress when you signed
my
your letter of intent?
Well, I never signed. Urban was because I came in January.
That's right. Okay. So that was I didn't know. I knew you started your recruitment with Tress, but I didn't remember.
So Jim gave me the offer. When I verbally committed, it was to Fick. When I got to campus and signed my letter of intent, it was Urban.
That's how many Ohio State recruits? Obviously the guys who were in your class would probably be in the same boat, but like outside of that, how many guys in Ohio State history can say they interacted with 3 head coaches in their recruiting process? Like 3 people who were the head coach of Ohio State at one time.
I don't think you want to.
No, you don't. I'm saying it's so rare at Ohio State to have a coaching change, let alone to have
the only people that can say that.
Tress, Fick, and then Urban in that time span where you got offered by one, committed to another, signed for a third.
It's only like 6 of us that can say that. Me, Josh Cardell, Mike Thomas, Jacoby Bourne, and Breonte Dunn. I think that was the 6.
That's incredible. Yeah, because I'm saying
all the people after that, I think were everybody else from the rest of that class. I think was Urban's.
Obviously, it went Ryan Day to Urban. Mm-hmm. Urban, that transition we talked about, and then from Tress, it was Cooper to Tress. So there was no, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then before that, it was Earl to Coop. So there was pre-Woody is when you'd have to go back to. Like, there's not a lot of people that can say that. And I don't know back then when they're like, hey, get it on the telegram. Send it in. Letter of National Signing Day was a little different back in, I don't know, World War II era, but whenever that was.
Thinking out loud, Tyvis, what are the chances we can get a Mike Thomas crash out on our show?
Why you want a Mike Thomas crash? Well, first of all, Mike Thomas is in a different space now.
Oh, okay.
He's like all.
Okay, when can we get rejuvenated Mike Thomas on the show?
I don't think he crashes out anymore. The last time I seen Mike was at the Team Up North game.
And this is once again Dylan asking Tyvis to produce the show.
Yes,
this
correct.
is our favorite new segment we have, which is Dylan says, Tyvis, could you please do my job for me and call your friends to be on our show?
I don't even have Mike's number. I have to shoot him a DM.
Then do it. Why not? Let's make it happen. Rick Bonus ripped the hell out of the Blue Jackets. If you haven't heard this audio, it's pretty great. We'll play it for you next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning to you. Well, over on the north side of Columbus, we are seeing a semi-crash. It's happening on that 71 southbound ramp to 270 eastbound. And folks, that lane is pretty restricted out there. Looks like the semi, according to that traffic cam, hit that barrier, so it's causing some major backups, especially on that 71 southbound direction, all the way towards Polaris Parkway, too. So give yourself enough time. Maybe leave early if you can, if you're heading towards that very important 71 and 270 intersection, once again, on the north side of Columbus. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
The great thing about Atlas Butler is they do it all. Heating, cooling, plumbing. Look, I'm busy with work. I don't have time to wait around or deal with lots of people. One company, one call, and they do it all. Wonder if they'll clean out my inbox. Seriously, offer that service. Please.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
This is This Date in Reds Baseball with team historian Greg Rhodes.
There are a lot of things that have changed in this game of baseball over the years, but a couple of things you can depend on. The Reds always open at home, and there's always a sellout on opening day, right? Well, not exactly, at least as far as the sellouts go. It seems like you could never get a ticket for opening day, but go back to 1972, there were 10,000 empty seats at Riverfront for the opener on this April 15th. 10,000 empty seats. Why? Well, there'd been a 2-week player strike that was settled just before the season began, and the Cincinnati fans were none too happy about it. And despite 70-degree weather, 10,000 no-shows for the opener at Riverfront this April 15th, 1972. This date in Reds baseball.
This Date in Reds Baseball is brought to you by the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame and Museum, presented by Dinsmore. Celebrating greatness, preserving history, providing inspiration.
Hi, this is Dee Miller for Synergenics and Low T Center. Have you lost your energy? Do you feel yourself losing confidence and gaining weight? Are you not feeling it in the bedroom anymore? It could be testosterone, even if you're a woman. Book your free testosterone test now at fixmylowt.com. Testosterone is one of the hormones that controls energy, confidence, and sex drive too for both men and women. And when testosterone is low or unbalanced, it drains your energy, alters your mood, affects your body, and decreases your sex drive. Want to find out if your testosterone is unbalanced? Find out now for free. Synergenics and Low T Center are offering free testosterone testing for both men and women. It takes about 20 minutes to get results, and then you're out the door with answers. All our providers are licensed experts in their fields. They'll tell you what you need to know to meet your goals and suggest treatments made for you, tailored to your body, your lifestyle, and your budget. Stop by or book today at fixmylowt.com. That's fixmylowt.com.
Parents, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Go for it.
We're listening.
Yeah. Are your teens good with money?
He's a good kid,
she's the
but
best,
yeah.
I get it. Switch to Huntington Bank, and your teen debit card can really help.
Oh?
You can set spending limits, and your kid can track budgets, so they learn that money doesn't, in fact, grow on trees.
I think we need this.
Sounds good, yeah. We feel you, parents. Let's get more from teen banking. Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
Bo Bishop here. Picture this. Windows down, the beautiful countryside rolling by, the kids laughing in the back, and nowhere you have to be but wherever the road takes you. That's RV life. Find yours at RCD RV. 3 locations in Central Ohio or online anytime at rcdrv.com.
Coffee, sandwich, hash browns. Tired of the same breakfast routine? Time to refresh your morning ritual with the $6 Tim's Trio from Tim Hortons. It starts with a premium blend of freshly brewed coffee, a hot, savory breakfast sandwich made with freshly cracked eggs, and for a tasty twist, a daily baked donut to sweeten the deal. Ask for the $6 Tim's Trio. Your morning ritual refreshed. Only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. At participating U.S. restaurants, must ask for offer. Medium coffee only. Terms apply.
Sun, splashes, and nonstop fun await at Zoombezi Bay.
Get your season pass for unlimited thrills,
including our all-new conservation tower. Buy now at ZoombeziBay.com.
Have you ever met a man who wins money betting on tennis? Enter Scotty Vegas. Join Scotty and Dave Biddle for On the Money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
Sunday mornings at 9 on The Fan. All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. No, I've never heard of the band on T-Bone's shirt either. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
It's very interesting, the fallout from this Diana Rossini story. If you haven't seen it, she submitted her letter of resignation to The Athletic after this Mike Vrabel, picture of her and Mike Vrabel at the resort in Sedona, right? And I've seen a lot of people come to her defense, basically saying, assuming what we've seen publicly is all that happened, is that they were just close friends who were there together. As they both say, randomly, we happen to meet up with each other. I've seen Jamel Hill and others point this out, that there are a lot of male reporters who have just as cozy relationships with the people they cover, and they're not going to get called out for it. That is a very fair point. However, if there's anything to what we all see there and say, that looks like some people who've done more than just hang out at a resort once, then I think obviously, clearly, she's not going to work in this business for very long.
I mean, I get it, but I don't get it. Like, I get it from a standpoint of, like, people saying, like, it could affect the way she covers the Patriots. But I just, like, I feel like if it is what it is, like, how can you not report what it is? Like,
well, that's what I like. They're doing this investigation from The Athletic,
like,
even though she's
it's like
resigned.
If she wrote a story, like, it's like if the Patriots was 0-15 and everything was bad, and she came out, I doubt she would just put a story out like everything is all good, everything's going well. Like, there's no way, because that's a lie.
Yeah, it does look a little bit like I'm not trying to. I'm just saying what it is. It looks a little weird that she wouldn't say, yeah, I mean, my contract's up in June. I'll see out my contract, but I want this investigation because all of you keep saying this stuff, and I need this investigation to show what's real, which is that there's nothing here. We have no relationship. None of that stuff happened. I can show you text messages. Like, I would want all that out there if I'm her.
She is as innocent as she says,
and he didn't,
and he's as innocent as he says, that's exactly what I would do. But here, look, go ahead.
Yeah, right. Go look through that's what I'm saying.
Just give it back to me when you're done.
If my wife came to me and said, I saw you and like another person, we're having lunch together, and I'm suspicious of you having an affair, I would say, go through the phone. Look at whatever you want to look at.
Well, that's the first
go
thing.
Look right through it and tell me what you see.
The first thing they're going to ask for is, let me see your phone.
Sure.
And if you hesitate, they got you.
Oh, yeah,
you got to be like me.
Right.
Here
you go. Take a look.
You know the password, right?
Right.
You want me to open it for you?
All the messages are deleted anyway, honey, so you're not going to find them on there.
I mean, are you kidding me?
I'm just kidding.
Right,
no, that's
right there. Boom.
No, that's to a lot of people's point that they're making. It's like, have we ever seen, I don't know, Adam Schefter and Carnell Tate's agent on a golf course together? Like, is
that's exactly right. And that's the part that I think, because I've said this too, is, okay, let's say there is no affair going on. It's just two people who are very friendly. That still calls into question your judgment on if you're reporting on this. And what is right is that regardless of what Diana Rossini and Mike Vrabel have done, I can tell you for a fact there's people in this market that are very cozy with the people that they cover. There are people in every market that are very cozy with the people they cover. And so then when that person has a scandal or something come up, are you getting the accurate reporting? Are they going to be able to go out there and say, hey, man, I like this person professionally or as a human, but they're wrong for doing this?
How can you not? Like, as a journalist, like, you're not about to fool the public. Like, you gonna tell me something that don't add up? The team is doing well, but they 0-16.
Well, no, I don't mean that. But I'm saying, like, okay, if it's something along the lines of, like, again, there's an accusation out there, and then you get these reporters who come out and they're like, no, despite what you've heard, none of that's true, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, are you saying that because you haven't found that to be true? Or are you saying that because you're running cover for your buddy? Like, that is a thing that absolutely happens in media. Yeah. And I think it is very bad that occurs. I don't think that's good at all. So, that's the issue that I think is at the heart of this Diana Rossini thing.
Nowadays,
Mike Vrabel thing. Let's put both of their names there.
To me, nowadays, it seems like the players are more in charge of the media anyways, because all they gonna do is sit down and get on a podcast. Which, did you see Terrell Pryor speak for the first time?
I saw that. They said it was the first time he'd ever been on a podcast, and I didn't realize that.
I didn't either.
He had never. I mean, I don't know how true that is, but like, I mean, I don't know every podcast that's ever existed, but let's say that's accurate. That's pretty crazy that he's saying that he's never been on a podcast, but he was talking about. I don't remember exactly what he got into there.
He was talking about why he chose Jim Tressel, like Ohio State, over Oregon. Is the clip that I seen.
Yeah,
I've seen a few. I saw one that's like he's into like real estate and golf now. If you're wondering what he's doing,
there you go.
And then also he talked about obviously like him getting suspended by the NFL and the difference of power between the NCAA back then versus now.
Yeah, well, that's accurate. Here's a little bit from last night. Jackets lose their final game. They lose 6 in a row at home to close out the season. Missed the playoffs, as we know. Rick Bowness, after the game, talking about what was wrong with the mentality from the Blue Jackets.
Because it got tough. Because it got hard. Like we talked about after the Olympic break. It's going to get harder. So everything's good as long as it's going their way. And now it gets tough, we don't want to battle back. And that's what's happened over the last a couple weeks. That's all that's happened. We're going to change that. If I'm back, I don't know if I'm back. Well, Don and I will talk. We'll get to that. But man, oh man, some of those guys are so lucky the season's over and there's no practice tomorrow. Anyway, there's no more games. What else you want to know?
Spot on for me. And he had a lot more to say too, but that's, I think, one of the most relevant clips of it is I said it before, I'll say it again. This team missed the playoffs. The on-ice leadership of this team, in my mind, should be called into question. They should not be the same on-ice leadership next year. Sorry. If you like Boone Jenner as a player, I do too. I think he's a great guy. I think he's been great for the community. He should not be the captain of this team. You don't get to do that and oversee all the losing that he's been a part of as the captain of this team and get to keep the C on your shirt. If we do that, we're just letting the same culture pervade. And it's nice that Rick Bowness actually called it out for once.
There was a 3-game part of this past season where I really raised my eyebrows at them.
Okay.
It was Boston, Carolina. Those 3 games.
Yeah.
Why? Because they had just played the Hurricanes probably like a week or two before that, and they beat them 5-1. And I mean, they rolled them off the ice.
Yeah, right.
And to see them play them, the Boston one when they blew the game, like that one was just like, wow. Like I was like, wow, what terrible. Wow.
Yeah.
And then to lose to Carolina. So you lose the first one. All right. And then you hear Rick Bowness talk about, oh, I'm so excited to play these guys again. I can, sometimes you got to wait, and this is a playoff atmosphere. We get to play them again at their place, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And I was fired up for the game, and to lose 5-1, I was like, oh yeah, that's when I was like, ooh.
And I can hear some of the apologists for the Blue Jackets going, but those are all good playoff teams. Those are all good playoff teams. And you know what that is? But you should be a good playoff team. Why does everybody else get to do it, and we get to be the crappy team? It's like, if only we played the dregs of the league, then we'd get in the playoffs. This is who you play in the playoffs. Teams like that. Beat them.
Well, the reason that there was eye-opening for me is because it was their first playoff experience.
Yep.
Like to play the same team again at their place.
Yep.
Like that's what you're going to be seeing. And they did not handle it well.
To me, Tyvis, it was a similar stretch, but it was just that weekend that they lost to Boston. The day before they played San Jose at home. It was tied with 1:25 left. They just crap the bed and give up a goal and don't even get a point out of that one. And then the Bruins on Sunday, they were up 3-0 after the first period. Matthew Olivier and Gabranson are getting in fights. Nationwide's on fire.
Right.
And then the next 2 periods, you just do a bunch of nothing, and then you lose in a shootout, I believe. It was either shootout or overtime. That weekend, there was 4 points that were on the table for them, and they came away with 1. And after that, I was like, I don't think this team's doing it.
35 minutes from now, Don Waddell will join us, the president of hockey ops for this team. What did he think of Rick Bowness' comments? We'll find out in about a half an hour. But coming up next, the huddle. All the NFL news and notes you need next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
As per usual, we are seeing traffic really building on this Wednesday morning. Now, Winchester's still pretty slow, 33 in that westbound direction by Gender Road. Also seeing some slowdown, 71 in that northbound direction. A disabled vehicle just cleared in that area, but still, a lot of people are heading downtown right now. And for our friends on our northwest side over in Dublin and heading towards Plain City, just keep in mind 33 and more of that eastbound direction, closer towards 270. You can also expect some slowdowns out there. I'm 10 TV's Karina Albizu with your fan traffic.
Working your way through that home projects list, that means more flushes, more showers, more fiddling with the thermostat. Trust the pros at the Waterworks with your plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling needs. Our certified pros can repair or replace your air conditioner or furnace. Clogs? Call the Waterworks. Drain issues? Call the Waterworks. Plumbing problems? Call the Waterworks. HVAC breakdowns? Call the Waterworks. The Waterworks. Trusted and certified plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling experts.
The weather in Central Ohio just got better, so why shouldn't your loan rate? CME Federal Credit Union wants to try to beat your current loan rate by 2% on autos and toys. Plus, no payments for 90 days on car loans and 60 days on motorcycles, boats, and more. Go to CMEFCU.org today.
Colin Mann here for Hollywood
Casino Columbus.
Oh, Mikey, did you know something new is coming and it's right around the corner?
What is it?
Now you can stay while you play. It's the all-new Hollywood Casino Columbus Hotel. It's coming June 12th, and we want you to celebrate with us as we open the doors with a can't-miss concert and festival.
And here's something for you this month. It's the Win Your Way drawings on select Wednesdays and Saturdays. You can score $100,000. Plus, coming in May, it's the Hollywood Tribute Concert Series.
Ooh, must be 21 to enter. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Welcome back to the KeyBank Financial Playbook with Jeremiah Smith.
With this next play, practice managing your finances right from the KeyBank mobile app. I'm talking about the mobile banking post.
Jeremiah heads clear up the middle with 24/7 account access. Into the option to transfer funds, set alerts, or make check deposits.
Now that's a touchdown for your finances.
Until next time, KeyBank opens doors.
KeyBank, member FDIC.
This is Gordon Miller from Miller Lending, the original home of the no-cost mortgage. If you've been in the market for a new home or just wanted to take advantage of lower rates, recent events have shown exactly why Miller Lending chose to offer a way around bad timing with our no closing cost program. With no fees rolled in or charged, including the cost of title insurance, you can simply close on today's rates and refinance free of charge as rates improve. Over the past several months, we spoke to numerous borrowers who had heard rates were coming down and chose to wait. We explained that if rates did fall, you could simply update a few documents and refinance again, but why take the chance? So when rates spiked to 0.5% recently, not only was I disappointed that we couldn't help those who waited, but also for those buying a home who just saw a sharp increase to their monthly payment. So while we can't control the market, we can offer an alternative. Eliminate timing and say goodbye to closing costs forever. 877-9-NO-COST, or simply apply online at nocostmortgage.com. Miller Lending is an equal housing lender and MLS number 250-2146.
What can ADP do for small business? We help answer the business questions, like how do you track employee time? How do you do payroll taxes? Or what does compliance even mean? So small businesses can focus on bigger questions. Now florists can ask, can we invent another holiday to sell bouquets? Pizza shops can ask, how do we stuff a calzone into a pizza crust? And pool cleaners can ask, what is that thing in the filter? These are the questions you can focus on when ADP takes care of the business of your small business. ADP for small business.
Hey folks, it's Jeremy Birmingham Berm here from the Austin and Berm Show on 97.1 The Fan. After hitting maintenance with Awaken 180, I kind of thought that was the whole deal. All right, cool. Don't be an idiot now. Don't gain it back. Stay under 200 pounds. That was the win. But then maintenance did something I really didn't expect. I lost another 5 pounds for free. I'm now down 40 pounds, further under 200, and that's the part about Awaken 180 that still cracks me up a little bit. Because people hear maintenance and think it means barely hanging on, eating celery in the dark and trying not to blow it. That's not this. I'm eating pizza. I can have ice cream. I'm living like a normal person. The difference is I'm not fighting myself all day, or if I'm wondering what one weekend away from the plan could ruin the whole thing. Awaken 180 just didn't help me lose the weight. It taught me how to live in a way where I'm not headed right back to where I started. The last 5 pounds in free maintenance, that tells you everything. Awaken180weightloss.com. Go there now and give it a chance and see how it can help you take control of your life and your health the way it did for me. Awaken180weightloss.com.
For more than 25 years, Brothers Roofing and Construction has been serving Central Ohio with dependable roofing, siding, and exterior repairs. We do the job right the first time. So if quality matters to you, visit brothersroofingconstruction.com.
With Aetna, I always get a quick answer, and I don't have to search on the internet. They go above and beyond to help me with whatever I need.
Those words from a real Aetna Medicare Advantage member speak to why U.S. News & World Report named us a best Medicare Advantage company. Because we show up on calls with members and doctor's offices when requested. We show up with access to convenient care options. We show up for you. Because that's how healthier happens together. Member feedback has been edited for length and clarity.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios, driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good morning. I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The Columbus Blue Jackets finished off their season with a 2-1 loss to Alex Ovechkin and the Washington Capitals. Head coach Rick Bowness shared his frustrations after the game.
I don't know if I'm back, but if I'm back, I'm changing this culture. These guys, they don't care. Losing is not important enough to them. It doesn't bother them.
On the diamond, Spencer Steer and Sal Stewart each homered for the Reds, while Brady Singer gave up just 1 run in 6 innings pitched in a 2-1 victory over the Giants. These two teams will match up again today at 6:40. Listen over on the Fan 2. And the Cleveland Guardians lost in St. Louis last night 6-5. They'll play the rubber match of that series this afternoon with first pitch at 1:15. This update is sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com. Stop snoring, sleep better, live better. Breaking sports news when it happens right here on the Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
2 men, 1 appendix. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
I am now on Twitter, and I see a tweet that says, I see a lot of media people applauding Rick Bowness for his rant. The same media members who led the Good Effort Brigade every year. You're not allowed. You're part of the reason this franchise has been an embarrassment for 25 years. Mm-hmm. You can go back to your spring football reports now. The rest of us will see you in October for the beginning of more poop on ice.
And who tweeted that out?
Not the one and only Common Man Radio.
I bet he'll have.
He was talking about you, Tyvis.
Yeah, that's right. He's talking about you.
He definitely. I do feel like it is a shot at me.
It's not a shot at you. Number one, you're not a member of the media.
That is true.
No, he just admitted it.
I know. He did.
That is true.
He did. No, but I'll tell you this. Like, I have. Mike and I both were frustrated for years when it would just be like, well, what can you expect? It's the Blue Jackets. And it's like, I can expect them to be a professional franchise. I can expect them to have some personal pride in how they play. I can expect them to play hard for this city and actually give a bleep when it comes down to trying to get into the playoffs. And when they don't get in the playoffs, and the video I see from the Blue Jackets before the game, the one game that they're now playing that has no relevance to the playoffs anymore because they got eliminated the night before.
Well, that tells you, that game right there, when you ain't got nothing, no stakes or anything, you find out.
How do you respond?
How many people love this game? How many people is passionate about this game?
And what I saw last night was,
what you saw was,
before the game, they posted a video of these guys kicking a soccer ball around.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they always do this. It's like their warm up. But guys were like skipping into that. Like, yay, it's our last game of the year. Oh, how much fun. One more time doing our little warm up routine.
Which one is worse, that or the dance party that Ohio State football used to have before the games that everybody got mad? Everybody got mad about that but me. I was the only one
was that the Kyle McCord led dance party?
No, that was CJ that started that. And then the next year, Kyle McCord and them kept doing it.
Kyle was the one that it looked like he was trying to make it work, and it was not for him. He was trying to do the Dougie to Nuck if you buck, I think, is what he was doing.
And they carried it to the next year with Kyle McCord.
Yeah, that's it.
And everybody, and then they lost that game in the fashion that they lost that game. And the first thing everybody pointed out was because y'all dancing before the game. And to me, it just, they're not related. That's not related.
Okay, fine. But I'm just pointing out that, like, that was not a good look for anybody. And then to go out and lose this game, regardless of how you lost it, whatever. I mean, the fact of the matter is that Bones said what he said. Maybe he has said this in the locker room and he's decided, I'm not going to bring this to the public because, there's a lot of times where we have talked to him. We have heard those quotes from him after games where he said, I'll keep that in the room, what I said. How many times you heard a hockey coach say that? I'll keep that in the room. That's a professional level of respect. But yesterday he basically said, the hell with it. If I'm coming back, I'm doing it my way. And you know what? He's got the latitude to do that because in the last 5 years, what's been the most positive thing for this Jackets team? Probably Zach Werenski's trajectory and then Rick Bowness. That's been it. Fantilli, I guess, right? But like he's in the top 3 of positive things that have happened to Jackets in the last 5 years.
Jet Greaves.
I wouldn't put him in the top 3. He's fine. He's serviceable. He's all right.
So you'd be looking for a goalie this offseason.
I would be looking for a lot. Because I think this team,
if you could change one thing, you could fix one thing, and it will guaranteed be fixed for the next upcoming season. You could get one thing. What would it be?
It's called the ownership. I would say I would start up there and go all the way through.
Dang.
Get someone who's not afraid to like actually be a part of winning. Not someone who wants to coddle everyone and say, this guy's so nice and that guy's so nice. And you know what? To be fair, Don Waddell doesn't seem like that type of guy. Rick Bowness doesn't seem like that type of guy. They seem like they're just dedicated to winning. And so I'm very interested to see. We're going to talk to Don Waddell coming up in about 25 minutes. I'm curious to see what his thoughts are. I know it's early on, but you got some unrestricted free agents that are coming due. You got some guys who have been big parts of this team who may not be here next year. And I'm curious to see how he feels about some of those comments that Bones put out there. So we'll talk with Don Waddell coming up in mere moments. But now it's time to talk a little NFL.
The biggest questions in the NFL are answered right here. Welcome to the Huddle.
Sponsored by Advent. Go to adventknows.com because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
Remembering to do our benchmark segments. Job well done today.
Yes.
All right, Dylan, Huddle question number 1, please.
Is it just as important to you guys as Browns fans that they hit on pick 24 as it is number 6 because the way they acquired it? And if you don't remember, they traded down last year from 2 to 5, drafted Mason Graham, and then picked up this pick number 24. So is it just as important to you guys as pick number 6?
Yeah, for me it is, but it's important that they do one of two things. Either, number 1, I hope they make the pick at 6. But don't trade out of that pick. Don't be smartest guy in the room.
They're going to trade it to Dallas.
But I actually hope they don't pick 24th. I hope they move up, and I hope they go get someone that they really want at 15 or 16 or 18 or whatever they need to do. Go out there and make the pick at 6 and then try to get in the top 20 and get your second player if they're going to do anything. If they're dead set on making a move, make that move. Don't trade out of pick number 6. But I'm getting worried because I keep hearing rumblings abound that they want to trade out of 6, which I think would be the dumbest move they could make.
Look at that right there. Mel Kiper is on what is this?
On his mock draft. Yeah,
Sonny Styles, 6 overall pick to the Cowboys via trade with the Cleveland Browns. Telling you.
Oh my God.
Everybody, that's been like the top story.
I can't stand.
It's been the top story for the past 24
Please don't
hours.
do that. Please don't do that.
Last year, AB, when I asked him, when I was up there after the draft, I was like, when did you know that you was trading the pick? He said, I knew 2 weeks ago.
Of course these guys know. They know all the time what
I
they're
just
doing.
want you to know the draft is next week, so the pick been traded.
They already know. If they're doing it, they've already done it. You're exactly right. And that, God, I hope not. I hope not. Huddle question number 2, Dylan.
Between his alligator arms and his reported link to this 2024 crash in Miami,
he should be the number 1 pick.
Yeah, right.
He should move up in the draft.
God, that's how the NFL works, doesn't it?
Will Reuben Baines slip in the draft? I guess Tyvis answered my question.
No,
they don't care about that.
If I was them, if I was the Jets, I'd think about it.
No, I mean, look,
those guys go on to have good careers.
Jalen Carter was involved in a fatal car accident at Georgia. No one cared. He dropped 8 spots in the draft or whatever was presumed where he was going to go. He still got top 10 pick. Myles Garrett doesn't met a car that he doesn't like to flip over, and he can still, last I checked, play some football.
I think that's why I went undrafted. I was too clean.
I promise you.
I ain't getting no trouble.
Yeah, you should have been out here driving 90 and rolling your car.
You don't have
that would have been it.
In you, Tyvis.
Yeah. See,
that's cap. See, I didn't choose that life. The thug life chose me.
Sure, whatever. I feel like I have no need to comment on any of that, so I'm going to move along. But I just say this. I think that in the NFL, the thing they care more about is his Tyrannosaurus Rex arms than the fact that he can't drive a car.
My arms is longer than his. Just
maybe he can't. Maybe he can't drive because his arms are too short and he can't hold the steering wheel properly. Maybe that's what.
He got to adjust the seat.
Yeah, so that's just whatever. Yeah, we are T-minus 8 days to the draft. Next Thursday, a week from tomorrow.
Dragging, man.
Well, welcome to the NFL offseason. It always does this. They do this the second the Super Bowl ends. It's like draft is right around the corner, and it's like no, it's not. You have combine, you have all this other stuff we're going to do, and then we try to act like it's just around the corner. It's months away, but now, just about a week away. Like I said, a week from tomorrow in Pittsburgh.
I think I got to go up there.
You're going to Pittsburgh?
No,
up to Cleveland. They won't let you do it from here. Can't remote in?
That wasn't an option. Well, it was an option from us, but it wasn't an option.
So are you doing this show the day after the draft?
Yes,
so you're going to drive up to Cleveland, do all the coverage till what? 11 o'clock at night?
Either 10 or 11.
And then drive back.
Yep.
And then get up 2 hours, 3 hours later and come and do this show.
Yep.
Look at you.
You know why?
That's dedication.
Because I'm doing it for the fans. I do because I care about you. I could call off like some people I know, but
yeah, me. That's what I would. That's the move I would pull.
What is PTO anyway?
I got to respect that sleep pattern. I got to get a little rest in. What can I say?
He's Mr. PTO.
Absolutely. Big Ten legend is pissed off. Details next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
A north side ramp is still closed after a semi was involved in a crash and hit the barrier out there. It's that 71 southbound ramp to 270 eastbound over between Worthington and Westerville. All lanes completely blocked. Instead, take this detour, folks. 71 southbound to 161. Once you get there, hop back towards 71 in that northbound direction, then use that ramp to get to 270 eastbound. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Hop into savings this spring with Ohio Mulch. Right now, save $100 on home delivery orders, but only for a limited time at OhioMulch.com. What sets Ohio Mulch apart? Our premium pine bark mulch made from high-quality southern pine from South Georgia. It lasts longer and creates the perfect pH for acidic-loving plants like hydrangeas and azaleas. Better mulch, better results. Shop now at OhioMulch.com.
Ohio Mulch, landscape supply, cleaner, greener, better.
College is great. You know what else is great? Pizza, which you can buy with your Huntington Bank debit card with the Ohio State University logo. Huntington Bank is proud to be the official consumer bank of the Ohio State University. Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome.
No one plans to get into an accident, but when it happens, we strive in making life easier for you. This is Justin Hinderer. The Hinderer Motor Company Collision Center is ICAR certified and certified by many manufacturers to provide the best quality repair available. All of our repairs come with a lifetime warranty. We have our own 24/7 towing service so you never have to wait. Plus, we offer on-site rental cars for every lifestyle. At Hinderer Motor Company, we love what moves you.
Mike Rowe here with another fun fact. If your concrete is cracked or uneven, you can actually lift it back up. Whether it's a sinking driveway, a patio, or a sidewalk, do yourself a favor and call a groundworks company. I spent some time working with these guys. They're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to lift your concrete slabs. Schedule a free inspection with Ohio Basement Authority, a groundworks company.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details. When it comes to your roofing, siding, or gutter needs, call Newman Roofing. 614-NEW-ROOF. NewmanRoofing.com.
All the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
My sinks gurgle, they barely drain. The toilet overflowed. I plunge all day with no luck. What's wrong with this commode?
Clogged drain, no problem. It's 93 or free. I'll clear any drain or you don't pay with a 1-year guarantee. It's 93 or free. Guaranteed. Call 614-683-9911. Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
Coffee, sandwich, hash browns. Tired of the same breakfast routine? Time to refresh your morning ritual with the $6 Tim's Trio from Tim Hortons. It starts with a premium blend of freshly brewed coffee, a hot, savory breakfast sandwich made with freshly cracked eggs, and for a tasty twist, a daily baked donut to sweeten the deal. Ask for the $6 Tim's Trio. Your morning ritual refreshed. Only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. At participating U.S. restaurants, must ask for offer. Medium coffee only. Terms apply.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Call today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Would it be convenient for you if you could simply take what you want and leave the rest behind? Great, I'll buy it. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, foreclosures, commercial properties. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Call today and speak with me, John Kozik, for an all-cash offer and the help you need. At 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000, TurboTrackRealty.com.
What's the best way to make sure you don't miss any of your favorite fan shows? Oh no! Download the Fan app, silly.
Ah, damn it, I knew that.
App Store, Google Play, or just scream right at your phone. Psst, you can also listen to Buckeye games. Do it now. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Mostly cloudy and mild as you get the day going with wake-up temperatures in the 60s. And then this afternoon, we'll see partly sunny skies and highs in the mid-80s. Breezy winds continue, and then we do have a chance of showers and thunderstorms as we head into the evening, some which could be on the stronger side. Eventually turning mostly cloudy with lows in the 60s and breezy winds continuing. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
No hot takes, no dancing, plenty of stupid. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. When Tyvis looks at Bone, he sees the future. Bald, fat, white. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
All right, your garage floor does not look good. Maybe it's got cracks, it's got pits, it's got stains. Maybe you tried to fix it with a bad epoxy job or a paint job. You didn't think it was bad. You thought it would work out, but now it's started to chip and fade as well, and you're going, I don't know what to do. I have the answer for you. It's Comer and Cross. They can put down their garage floor coating right now. It's a gleaming new coating from Comer and Cross. They will get your garage floor looking right, and they can do it in just one day. Take everything out of your garage floor. They get all the stuff that they need ready and right. Their pros come out and put this product down in one day, and it'll change the way your garage looks. It is guaranteed to never chip, crack, or show tire lift like epoxy or paint ever. And right now, they'll even take 50% off installation when you call them at 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. That's right. Brand new Comer and Cross garage floor. 50% off installation. 1-800-NEW-FLOOR is the number. Or you can go check them out at comercross.com. That's COMER cross.com or 1-800-NEW-FLOOR for Comer and Cross.
Today's fan poll, which is sponsored by JT's Pub, which I think I'm going to get some JT's on Friday.
That JT's pizza sounds good.
I think I'm going to get some JT's on Friday. But fan poll question, do you think Rick Bowness will return as the Columbus Blue Jacket head coach? So far, 50-50. Yes or no, 50-50.
It's going to be a very interesting offseason to find that out. We will talk with Don Waddell after Rick Bowness made his comments last night. If you missed some of that, we have got them for you. Been playing them all day, but I'll give you just a little quick quote from Rick Bowness. This is him yesterday after their game.
The kids don't want it. They don't skate, they don't score, they don't hit, they don't fight, they float.
They don't love to win.
They don't hate to lose.
I'm sorry, that's from Shorzy. That's a different show. This is Rick Bowness from yesterday.
I don't know if I'm back, but if I'm back, I'm changing this culture. These guys, they don't care. Losing is not important enough to them. It doesn't bother them.
That's the message I want to hear. As a Jackets fan, as a longtime Jackets fan, I think any Jackets fan can appreciate what Rick Bowness said last night, but we'll hear what Don Waddell thinks of it coming up here in about 10 minutes. So Big Ten legend is pissed off. This would be because Iowa has announced, and the NCAA announced, they will have to vacate 4 victories from their 2023 season for tampering with quarterback Cade McNamara before he entered the transfer portal. You'll remember Cade was at Michigan. He then left to go to Iowa. Apparently, they made contact with him before they should have been allowed to. NCAA said that Kirk Ferentz and assistant coach John Budemeyer participated in 13 phone calls with McNamara and sent 2 text messages prior to him entering the portal in November of 2022. He left Michigan and a few days later said he was going to Iowa.
Dang, dude, that knock him down from his, didn't he just get 1,000 wins or something, Kirk Ferentz?
You know what? I was wondering about that. I don't know the exact number he has, but you're right.
He hit a milestone because I remember it took him like 3 to 4 weeks to get it because we ran it every week on the on the tailgate
on the Big Ten Network tailgate show. Yeah,
for a fact, he just hit the milestone. I just don't remember what exactly it was.
Yeah, he was not happy about that. He said, I am disappointed by the NCAA's decision today. Throughout the process, our program has been open and honest about my mistake, contacting a potential player in the hours before it was permissible by NCAA rules.
It was a winningest coach in the Big Ten, by the way.
That's what it was.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, because he passed Woody Hayes.
Correct.
Right?
So Woody's back on top.
Well, I don't know if he I don't know if he passed him by more than like 4 wins. I don't know how. I don't remember if didn't he hit that earlier in the season or was it later?
It took him a while. I know that. It took him a couple weeks.
Yeah, I like the fact that we live in a world where that is wrong. You should not make contact before you're supposed to. Rules exist. The rules are right. And Kirk Ferentz can go to hell for all I care when it comes to that. Because, like, honestly, this is a guy who I think has made a lot of missteps there. I don't know why Iowa thinks he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Remember when he had like a strength coach who had 16 of his guys in the hospital, almost killed them with the workouts they were doing, and then he gave that coach the assistant coach of the year award that same year. Like, I don't know, man. Kirk Ferentz has a lot of issues in his tenure there at Iowa, but I'm not defending him in any way. But I don't blame any Iowa fans who are pissed off at the fact that this gets you 4 vacated wins and they actually take those off the board. Whatever that matters to you, it's at least something in the record books that goes away. But Michigan gets to keep all their wins from the time when they literally had to do dressing up on the sidelines of other schools and openly cheating in that way, and you don't vacate any wins from that era? That seems BS to me.
That's fair.
I mean, Jim Harbaugh also did illegal contact. Remember, that was the whole Burger King incident where he just bought a cheeseburger for some kid? That incident also, right? You got some show cause penalties out of it, but nobody got any vacated wins. We didn't vacate that national championship, did they?
T-Bone, this story did not affect me at all until I realized that 2 teams played in the Big Ten championship that year, Iowa and Michigan. One of them won a national championship with cheating. And that is not the team that's not the vacate wins.
Trust me, I have no love lost for Iowa. I don't care. They can win 0 games the rest of the time, and I would not lose 1 wink of sleep about it. But the idea that Iowa has to face those penalties, but the Harbaugh regime does not lose any wins that entire time, ludicrous. Absolutely insane. So shout out to the NCAA for proving once again why you're a useless organization that nobody pays attention to. It will be great when you are no longer involved in any of this.
Do you know what happened 114 years ago today?
No.
The Titanic sank.
The Titanic?
The Titanic. The Titanic.
Did it really? 114 years ago today?
That's what it say.
I didn't know that.
Sank 114 years ago today.
Wow.
Didn't something happen like 100 years ago yesterday with the Illabuck?
There was some history yesterday. The original Illabuck.
Like
that was a real turtle.
The turtle, yes.
It died 100 years ago yesterday.
So you mean to tell me 114 years ago today, Rose let Jack freeze to death?
Yep. That's right.
Dang.
Left him hanging. This show.
Yeah, that's it.
Wow.
How dare she?
I think there was plenty of room. She could have had him on there. But you know what? That's I got to be honest. I think that the Titanic movie, people enjoy it. That's fine. I watched it one time and said, I've seen enough. I'm good. I don't need to watch it anymore. It's not for me.
I only watched it one time. The worst part is the band playing as the ship go down. I don't know who they think they are. No.
Well, I know that was all. That's just, I mean, whatever. Some people, if you love that movie, I'm not trying to crap on it, but it wasn't for me. Now, that makes me think, because tomorrow we do need a topic for the list, which we do every Thursday. I'm not saying Titanic would make my list if we did this subject, but what if we did top 5 overrated movies of all time?
I love it.
Home Alone.
What are you talking about?
Yikes. We're doing the show tomorrow today.
No, we're doing the I'm mad at you now today is what's happening. What do you mean it's the most over? Why would you say Home Alone in that spot?
Tune in tomorrow to find out.
7 o'clock.
We call that almost a horizontal tease, which is what we're going to learn in our show meeting.
Tyvis, let me tell you, in my life, I've never not enjoyed a horizontal tease, if you know what I'm saying. We've all enjoyed a horizontal tease from time to time, I think, right? That's something that, gosh, where is it? I'm looking for. I
like being stroked.
Thank you. Todd Munkin, my guy. It's good. All right, tomorrow, the list. You can start tweeting them to us now. At Bone and Tyvis 971. Top 5 most overrated movies of all time. Titanic probably not going to be on my list. I think I'll find 5 more.
Are we doing 5 or 3?
We can do whatever number you want. Want to do 3? We can do 3. Let's do 3. Or we do 5. You know what? Let's do 10. Let's make it a whole hour. Let's just do an hour of that. Yeah, we'll see. That will be determined, either 3 or 5. But you can tweet them to us at Bone and Tyvis 971. So
I just wanted all to fit in the segment.
Yeah, that's good. You get any weather updates for the spring game yet? Because if you don't know,
I see 75% chance of rain.
Well, rain is fine. You can have rain.
It's the thunderstorm that's going to mess up everything.
So for those who don't know, Tyvis, obviously, we'll have the radio call here for you on the Fan. We encourage you to listen to that. Paul Keels, Jim Lachey, of course. But Tyvis is doing the television broadcast on Big Ten Network.
I am.
Now, if there's rain, it's fine. But if they have any type of thunderstorm, pop-up, lightning situation where they delay things, the Big Ten schedule has Ohio State's game at noon and then Michigan's
at 2.
And they're from a TV perspective, they are probably not going to like hold either of those back or forth. Now, if Michigan's game is delayed, maybe they'd stick longer with your game. But the point is, Tyvis doesn't want as much as he doesn't want to see this game get canceled anyway for you fans.
If it get canceled,
he also does not want any.
Y'all gonna have to check on me.
It's saying here there's rain. I'm seeing that from I'm looking right now at the 10 TV forecast.
Thunderstorms on it too.
There's not. Oh, there's
so
a little,
weather impact. What are you reading?
There is a little lightning.
Glasses?
There is. I probably do. There's a little lightning on there, but listen, 48 hours before is when you get the real story. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll see if I don't know the schedule here at 10 TV. If Meredith is working Friday, we'll have Meredith come on and she can help us figure it out, and she can give you a weather update right before the spring game.
What if she's going to say it's going to hit at 2?
That'd be perfect timing for you,
I'd say that is the greatest thing that you could say to me.
What if she just said, never mind, no thunderstorms? That'd be the greatest thing.
You know what? That'd be even better.
That'd be better. Yes, of course.
I don't root for Tyvis to miss any checks because then who's going to pay for my breakfast?
We should have got that on my cheat.
That is actually.
We still can't.
Half an hour left. 32 minutes of the show left, buddy.
Since you brought it up.
Since you brought that up. All right, get your order in while I get Dylan on the phone, and we're going to go talk. We'll get Don Waddell, general manager, president of hockey ops for your Columbus Blue Jackets. He will join us in 2 minutes. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and welcome to your Wednesday. Right now, the roads are getting busier and busier out there for your early morning commute. A couple traffic trouble spots includes that southeast corner just south of Bexley, of course, 70 in that westbound direction as you were heading downtown. Basically, from South Hamilton Road all the way towards 70 in that 71 split downtown. You can expect to see some slower drive times out there. Also for our friends, a little bit north of the city by Linden. If you're heading and taking 71 south in that direction from Morse Road to just passing Hudson Street, you can also expect some major delays this morning. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Hi, this is D. Miller. Have you lost your energy, not feeling it in the bedroom anymore? It could be your testosterone. Yes, even if you're a woman, testosterone controls energy, confidence, and sex drive too, for both men and women. Want to find out if your testosterone is unbalanced? Find out now for free. Synergenics and Low T Center are offering free testosterone testing for both men and women. Stop by or book today at fixmylowt.com. That's fixmylowt.com.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
Wilson, it's important to us that when you call Pella Columbus, you talk to a real person.
You should hear how smooth it is when you call us.
You calling right now?
Yep. Oh, here we go. New windows. No. New window. Operator.
Get the windows that homeowners rated the leading window brand in Columbus at PellaColumbus.com.
I love Right Pack Credit Union because they're solution driven.
I feel valued as a member.
They're focused on the latest technology and the personal connections.
Experience benefits that go beyond banking with Right Pack Credit Union. Just ask our actual members.
I definitely recommend Right Pack to all my family and friends as a credit union of choice.
Visit one of our Columbus area Right Pack Credit Union member centers near you. Based on individual members' experiences, results may vary.
The two most mature people working at the radio station, and that's just because they wear pants. The pervert and the skivvies. Rockman and Ice.
Weekdays at noon.
The Fan. T-Bone and Tyvis present Talking Jackets. Talking Jackets.
There's a score! A turnover by the Islanders and Adam Fantilli. One more time. Puts it in the net.
You look inside the world of the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. Call 1-800-COOLING when you need a company you can trust.
Well, we are happy to be joined this morning by the president of hockey ops, general manager for your Columbus Blue Jackets, Don Waddell, on the Bryan Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Don, obviously a lot of emotions the way this season ended. Where are you right now with the emotions around this team as you start to process this offseason?
Well, it's, we got to start today. We got to put our emotions in check because we got a lot of work to get done. But it's all, as we all know from last night, Rick's comments, it's very, very frustrating and very disappointing of how the season played out because, we felt that we worked our ass off to put ourselves in a situation to get to the playoffs. And once we got into the playoffs and something changed, and we just couldn't find a way to win, especially losing the last 5 or 6 at home was very, very disappointing.
Well, Don, the hot topic everybody wants to know is, have you made a decision on Coach Bowness? Is he going to be the coach for next year?
Well, we're going to meet today, so I could, if we had this conversation after today, I'd probably be able to tell you more. When we hired Rick and I agreed just to wait to the end of the year, and so now we're at that point, and obviously, watching what he said last night, he wears his emotions on his sleeve. I thought he was absolutely right on. So I'm hoping that we figure a way to keep this thing going forward.
We're joined by Don Waddell on the Brian Heating Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Don, when you look at this roster and you think about, there's a lot of decisions to be made this offseason, and I know exit interviews happen, this process that's now going to take place over the next few weeks and months as you get ready for, what lies ahead this offseason. Do you anticipate this being an offseason of a significant amount of change around the Blue Jackets, maybe a smaller amount of change, more moves than last offseason? If you had to guess right now kind of what your plan is, what way are you leaning as you look at this early on?
Yeah, well, as you know, we have a lot of UFAs, and they have a choice. They can explore the market, or if we decide that we want to be part of our future going forward, and we can come to a contract. That the bad thing is we're out of the playoffs. The good thing is we got some time to figure this out. We got several months before we get to free agency, and we'll meet with the players, and I'll meet with them individually, as Rick will, and find out how they're feeling, what they're thinking. And, these first few days after the season ends I always find are the toughest days because there's still a lot of emotion in it. So we got some time on our side. And, obviously if Rick's back, him and I will sit down and go through the whole team, man by man, and see which guys we feel are guys that we want to move forward with and what guys it's probably time to turn the page on.
One of the guys that is coming up in question a lot from a lot of the fan base is Boone Jenner, Captain Boone. I know there is some contractual stuff that's going on there. Is he a guy that, will have the C next year if he stays, or are y'all looking to explore options at the captain position?
Well, Boone has been, a heart and soul kind of guy of this franchise for a long time. So, we'll see how the discussions go with him and his representation. It's too early to say how we feel like we need to set up our leadership for next year, regardless of who's back and who's not back. I think that'll happen in time, and it's a tough situation for Boone too, because I know he's giving it everything. He's one guy that every night when you go out there, you're going to get what he's got, and we know that as management and coaches, but we also have to look at where we're headed and what's the future for not only on the ice but the leadership off the ice.
Don Waddell joining us in the Brian Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. So when obviously the press conference last night from Rick Bowness went pretty viral. A lot of people around the league talking about it. When you first heard those comments, what was your initial thought when you saw that or heard that? Where did that land with you?
Well, I kind of knew it was coming because we were at the coach's office before he did it. He was not a happy camper, and nobody was, and so I'm not surprised. But if you watch his press conference, he's speaking from his heart. It wasn't like he was faking anything. He was speaking his true feelings, and I respect that. It may not sit well with a lot of guys, but I think it was something that needed to be said, and I thought he handled it, like I said, because you could see the real passion in his expressions. And if he didn't care, we wouldn't have had that kind of conversation. Obviously, but he cares, and that's the biggest part. That from my end, he's very passionate about this job. He wants to win, and just felt that we backed up. He said, maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, maybe that would have been the time. But, Bones is a very positive guy, and he just felt like the way he got these guys going was being the communicator and positive influence on them, and just didn't feel like when we were in a playoff chase that was the time to do it. So I think the expressions that he showed last night will go a long ways for us as we continue to try to build this thing to where we all want to get. And that's obviously the playoffs.
You know, Don, as I look at, from the time Coach Bonus has taken over to how the season ended, obviously they were on a high where they were doing everything the right way. They were playing some great hockey. And, I pointed out that where I seen the turn was when they lost to Boston and then back-to-back to Carolinas where, things looked a little bit different to me. What do you think changed in that locker room from the time where they went on this long streak to that week where they lost 7 in a row, I think it was?
Yeah, it's hard to pinpoint it. Obviously, injuries happen around the league, and we lost some key guys there at the point. Olivier brings so much to our hockey team and makes all our guys feel a little bigger when he's out there. And, Severson was playing 22, 23 minutes a night. And again, we don't use injuries as an excuse, but when you take guys out of the locker room, not just on the ice, but guys in the locker room that really care a lot, I think that plays an effect. And unfortunately, we were hoping some other guys would have that opportunity to step up. And, as we know, we didn't get it done.
Here's the I guess, presiding question for me, the biggest looming question this offseason is you saw what this team, granted there were some moves made during the season that helped, right? But you saw what this team was capable of at its best, and you saw what this team was capable of, quite honestly, at its worst this year, this current roster of guys. I don't envy your position, Don. Like, how do you process that and look at those two different sides of a coin and say, all right, I believe that it was heads. That's actually what this team is, or it was tails. That's what I believe this roster is. How do you process that? Or is it that binary? Do you see more shades of gray in that?
Well, I certainly, I've gotten it all broke down since, obviously we made the coaching change and all the numbers and just the pure hockey numbers. And then you go to the analytics, all are very positive. So I did believe in this team. I thought, we all did. And unfortunately, we didn't get it done. Saying that, we just know not everybody's coming back. It's impossible, with all these unrestricted guys and that, guys are going to choose to, they have their choice. They have the right, they're UFAs. They've had that right to go other places and see, if they're going to get more term or money, all that. Saying that, there's some guys obviously that we're going to key in on that we don't want to lose. And, again, going back to what I said, as we make a decision, and Rick and I will get together and figure out which guys we think will help us and where we need to try to improve the roster.
As it stands today, I know there's a lot of discussion about you and Rick Bowness have to talk, but if Rick Bowness says, I want to do this, does that seem like something the organization want to go in that direction too? If everyone can agree on all the nuts and bolts of that, is that the presiding thought right now for you guys?
Yeah, from my end, obviously, I will meet with my boss and people above me once I have that conversation with Rick. But from my end as the general manager, watch the work that he put into this and how he got this team going, I support it 100%.
There we go. I appreciate the candor, appreciate the time today, Don, and best of luck this offseason. We're looking forward to seeing what this team could do next year. Thanks again.
All right, guys. Thank you for having me.
There you go. Don Waddell, always upfront and honest when we talk to him.
I love him.
I always appreciate talking to Don Waddell there. Brian Heating and Cooling System fan guest hotline.
Straight shooter.
Yeah. I mean, you heard it right there, pretty much saying, if it's up to him,
he'd be back.
if Rick wants to be back, it looks like he'll be back. But, yeah, here's what I know. None of us want to be having this conversation today. We were hoping to have Don Waddell on to talk about playoffs, and I'm sure he was hoping to come on and talk about playoffs.
We were supposed to be having piercing places on.
We're getting ready for Stanley Cup piercings, and now we're getting ready for the offseason. So that's not where we want to be. And I know he doesn't want to be either. But the proof is in the pudding. Got to get the job done. Regardless of what's said, we got to get the job done there, and he knows that. So I appreciate his time today. Take a break. We'll get some crosstalk and hit the buzzer next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Police are still on scene after a semi crashed into a barrier on a ramp on the north side of Columbus. That ramp is going to be that 71 southbound direction to 270 eastbound. All lanes are still blocked out there. That semi is also on the scene. It will will take them a little bit longer to clean up the situation. So here's that detour for you. Take 71 southbound past that ramp over to 161. When you head there, get off and then head back on 71 in that northbound direction. Then use that ramp to eventually get towards that eastbound direction of 270. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
Life is loud, chaotic, hilarious, and occasionally peaceful. Your life fits you. So why settle for life insurance that fits someone else? At Shelter Insurance, our local agents help you design a personal protection plan backed by award-winning customer service. To get started, find an agent at shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Hop into savings this spring with Ohio Mulch. For a limited time, save $100 on home delivery at ohiomulch.com. What sets Ohio Mulch apart? Premium pine bark mulch made from southern pine, long-lasting and perfect for hydrangeas and azaleas. Better mulch, better results. Ohio Mulch.
It always seems to happen at the worst time. You're finally in bed after a long, hard day, and then you hear it. You sit up, heart sinking. Is that coming from the ceiling? All of a sudden, it's a middle of the night flashlight hunt to find the leak. But don't worry, Newman Roofing has you covered, literally. With more than 3 decades in the business, we've seen just about everything a storm can throw at a roof. Our teams know how to spot the problem, explain your options, and fix it right the first time, with craftsmanship and care you can feel good about. We're not just here for a quick patch job, and we never will be. We're here to make sure your home stays protected season after season. So when it comes to your roofing, siding, or gutter needs, choose the company you can trust, Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF. That's 614-NEW-ROOF, or visit online at newmanroofing.com. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
This wasn't how Patrick pictured himself in retirement. Instead of playing golf every day, he could barely walk because of his severe knee pain.
It hampered everything because it hurt to walk around the golf course. It hurt to swing, just pretty much hurt doing anything.
But the groundbreaking regenerative treatments at QC Kinetics changed everything for Patrick. QC Kinetics uses your body's own healing properties to help repair and restore damaged tissue in your knees, hips, back, and shoulders. No surgery, no drugs, no downtime.
The turnaround's been amazing from where I was to where I am now. I've gone from a 15 handicap down to a 7 handicap. That's because my knees allow me to play golf like I haven't been able to play probably in 15 years.
Don't let joint pain keep you from doing what you love. Call QC Kinetics today for your complimentary consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
Head to Capital Ford in Whitehall and drive home a brand new F-150, Explorer, Bronco, or Mustang today. Don't wait for Uncle Sam to decide how you spend your tax refund. Spend it on a Built Ford Tough Ride you've been dreaming about. Get to Capital Ford of Columbus in Whitehall or visit capitalfordofcolumbus.com today.
Hey Central Ohio, it's Andrew from Home Team Solutions, and yes, we buy houses for cash the easy way. We've been buying houses for over 20 years and we've seen it all. Whether you've inherited a property, you're behind on payments, the house needs work, or just want to avoid the hassle of listing, we've got you covered. No repairs, no clean out, no stress, just a fair cash offer and you pick the closing date. We've helped hundreds of homeowners sell fast and hassle-free, and we're proud to have 5-star reviews all across Central Ohio and an A+ rating with the BBB. If you're ready to sell your house the easy way, call Home Team Solutions at 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355, or visit us online at selltohometeam.com. Home Team Solutions, local, trusted, and family owned. Again, that's 614-962-SELL. 614-962-7355 or selltohometeam.com.
Your favorite fan shows are available as a podcast. What a concept. And don't miss exclusive podcast content like Austin and Byrne. Listen on your schedule from anywhere in the world. Available wherever you get your podcasts.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Ohio Heating and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Both of these men love the Browns. Also, both of these men hate the Browns. If you know, you know. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
Tyvis Powell is rejoining the show after being... What were you doing out there?
I was talking to Joshua Edward Perry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
JP is there.
Yes.
We'll be joining in.
We were talking about disciplining our kids.
Oh, good. That's fun.
A person that knows all about disciplining his kids, Bo Bishop, because he's got them into 3 fine young men.
Well, we hope. We had one thing that was non-negotiable. Don't be a-holes.
Well, see,
that was right.
That's hard for me because I'm an a-hole. So like,
no, you're not. You're not. You got a sweetheart. You're a warm guy. You're breath of fresh air. Smile every time you walk into a room.
But I wasn't always this way.
You may have been a punk, but I don't know that there was ever anything. I don't know that there was anything. Like there's a level between punk and then the other one, and I think you probably always straddled that line well.
Yeah, I feel like the no a-hole policy is a very good one to uphold. But then also, like, we had this, I was talking about it earlier yesterday, where we're at, my oldest had a track event. So we're at that. My youngest, so she's a freshman. My youngest is 6. And we're there at the event, and the 6-year-old is acting like a 6-year-old, kind of like she's getting fidgety, right? She's moving around, and I keep telling her, like, stop doing this, don't. And there's a lot of people around, right? So at one point, I'm talking with a friend of mine. I keep telling her, like, hey, calm down. We're getting ready literally to leave. And the woman in front of us, I'm turned around backwards talking to my friend, and she goes, she just kicked me. Like, and I'm like, oh, my, and I'm mortified. I'm like, I am so sorry. And then I'm like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm so sorry. She apologizes, and then we have this conversation. And I'm like, see, I'm trying to keep these kids on the straight and narrow. And I'm like, did I fail there as a parent because the 6-year-old should not even have been there in the first place? Was this person maybe being a little sensitive to that? I don't know. But either way.
How hard was the kick?
That's what I wanted to know.
I didn't see it. That's the thing. There's no, and now I've realized how dependent I am on instant replay. Because now in my life all the time, I'm like, I need to see the video so I know, do I really yell at her or is this person overreact? And I have no idea. There's no way to tell. No way to know.
Is this an Eddie Gavin kick from the the spot? I mean, where are we at here, man?
I mean,
sometimes you have to parent parents too. We were at AAU on Saturday night, 9:55 start time in the Drew Joyce Classic, which was nice.
That's
after I paid $65 to get in and paid $60 for my father to get in and paid $12 to park. We had a 9:55 start time.
PM.
After playing it. That's correct.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, we did play it. We did play at 9 a.m. Saturday morning. So we had 9 a.m. Saturday morning, 7:40 Saturday night, and then 9:55 Saturday night was the final game. And my dad was
You seemed thrilled about it.
I was very excited. He was in town to watch, and he'd never seen anything quite like that. And if you haven't been to that thing, it's a scene, man. But he was displeased. My father was displeased with the point guard on NBC's team, and at one point said, "Will you stop it, you idiot?" loudly.
Right.
And I went, Dad, the mom and dad are right there.
Yeah, you can't do that.
It is 10:30 at night. I'm not fighting people at the IX Center because you're calling a 14-year-old an idiot, even if he is.
We all see it. We all know it. We all can grumble to ourselves.
Bo,
it's like in the press box when you know you're not allowed to comment. But there's when a bad play happens and everyone just kind of goes, that little like press box mumble that happens is what you have to do at these games.
Bo, are you still coaching?
I don't do AAU. I have enough sense about me to not do that. So I do football. If they play, I do football, and then I do all the basketball, and then I take off spring. So I don't do lacrosse, and I don't do AAU basketball.
If you had a post game interview for your team, would you be like Bones?
There's times I've been like Bones.
Sometimes
it's needed.
Sometimes it's warranted.
Yeah, there's been times where you do light into him a little bit. I usually go, I mean, that's an all-timer.
Oh,
it won't get the attention, I think, because it's, the Columbus Blue Jackets and it's the NHL. But that is I'm a man, I'm 40. That is we knew who the Bears were and we let them off the hook. Mm-hmm. That was an all-time rant at the end of a man who was just completely exasperated. And so, yeah, I it's funny, right before doing this, I was on in DC to talk about the Browns guys did an out of market thing talking about the Buckeye guys that they could draft at 7. And the last thing they asked me about was Bones. Was that? Yeah. So it is starting to circle around a little bit. Yeah.
When I woke up this morning, it was on every hockey account that I follow. It was. Sure. I'm seeing this. I'm going, all right. This is clearly a moment that we get to talk about today. I'll tell you this though, Bo. Have you ever heard of the show Letterkenny? Have you ever seen that show? Are you familiar with it at all? It's a Canadian show. It's a very quirky kind of, comedy.
I've seen the name.
Shoresy is the spinoff show from this. And there's a hockey player in Shoresy. And this speech that he had, it's only like 10 seconds, but this is what the Bones comment reminded me of.
Kids don't want it. They don't skate, they don't score, they don't hit, they don't fight, they float.
They don't love to win.
They don't hate to lose.
That thing gets posted all the time about hockey. It's like that's such an epic moment from that show, and Bones basically had that yesterday. So
obviously he knows his room and felt like, I'm always curious, like, okay, well, how does it get to that point? How do you get to a point where you don't show up at the end, or, whatever happened in the last 2 weeks? And, look, I went on a rant about this yesterday, and I think we're all too easy on him. And by all the collective, I agree. Everybody, I think we're all too easy. And I think because they have great people there and they put on a great show. Like, you go to a game, whether you're a fan or not. Tyvis, you went to your first game. Probably, whether they won or lost, you went to your first game this year, you probably had a ball. Because it's fun, man. You got cannons, and the excitement is awesome, and they put on a great show. And, we've been around. We know those folks over there, and they have some of the best folks working there. But I'm so sick of hearing making the playoffs is hard. Half the league makes it.
Yeah,
Stop it. Half the league makes it.
When you have six playoff appearances,
teams.
You have 25 years. They've made it 6 times. The league is set up for you to make it every other year. Right.
And when you don't make it, you draft high. So, and then Chinnikov goes to Pittsburgh and scores a bunch of goals, and Ken Johnson goes from scoring 25 plus goals to can't play. How does this happen? It doesn't make sense. And I don't follow it the way Bake does on our show, and I don't watch everything the way that they do. But it just, from a 30,000 feet, and that's the group that they really need to grab, because there are tens of thousands of diehard hockey people, but we're in a town of over 3 million. You got to be able to reach everybody, and when they win, they do.
Yeah.
And when this happens, you become forgotten pretty quickly.
Yeah, you're right. Well, more of that, I'm sure, coming up. Also, what else do you have today?
JP's in.
Oh, there you go.
So we'll do a little NFL draft. We'll lean on him. I'm sure we'll talk about child rearing and how quickly he's going to get his kids into AAU.
Ask him why his finger is the way it is.
Do I want to know the answer?
I want to know the answer.
Now I don't even know what we're talking about. Now I want to know the answer. I've seen his finger.
Captain Hook.
Yeah, I've seen his finger.
His finger is the way it is.
He plays football. He played football. A lot of guys' fingers have looked like that.
I had a similar injury, and my finger does not look like that. So.
Did Maddie just break his finger? Maybe she had enough of it.
Oh, that's right. Maybe she did. There you go.
I've had enough of this guy.
Yeah. Bishop and Friends, 9 to noon. Coming up next, right here on The Fan. Thanks,
boys.
Yep, see you later.
Shove it down your throat.
It's time for the buzzer.
Sponsored by Logan AC and Heat Services. Don't go through another air conditioner breakdown. For fast, friendly service, call the experts at Logan Services now for a free estimate and next day air installation.
If you gave the people at FIFA a mandate to kill my joy for the World Cup any more than they already have, the U.S. national team looks like we suck. They're expanded this tournament to make it stupid. FIFA's corrupt as hell. All these ticket prices are $1 billion to get into these games. You got to park a mile away and pay $200 for that. Now here's the latest. Apparently, according to Foxborough, a story out of Foxborough, Mass., the World Cup game there, they've been told that no tailgating will be allowed for any of these World Cup games.
It's overrated anyways.
Just
get your lemonade and go
I have been looking forward to this ever since I was a kid. I wanted to see another World Cup here in the U.S., and I could not be less interested in going to these games after all the stuff I've heard about how much it's going to cost, how ridiculous tickets are.
You'll be all right.
Yeah. It's going to cost you $100 to ride the transit from New Jersey out to MetLife, or New York out to MetLife. It usually costs $12. This is the grift. It sucks. Anyway, enjoy that. Bishop and Friends coming up next. T-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
2 new traffic alerts to tell you about before we go. The first one's going to be a crash in our southeast Columbus area over by Bexley. The right shoulder is blocked on 70. It's in that eastbound direction heading outside of the city over at Main Street. Also, a disabled vehicle we're watching for you over here by Greenlawn Avenue. It's on 71 in that northbound direction, just passing Frank Road 2. That right lane is currently blocked. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu.